Correct.
So I'm sorry. So you just said, yes, Social Security is money that elderly Americans collect to put food on the table. Then I said it again, and now you said no. Because it sounds awful when you say that you're cutting the money. So let's do it again. Social Security is money that elderly Americans collect, yes or no?
Yes.
They use this money to pay for food, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. If you take away this money, they will no longer have access to that food, yes or no?
They're not going to take the money.
Yes or no? It was a yes or no? Okay, so you admit that it's so god awful what you're trying to do, you can't even say it. You can't even say it. But you know exactly what you're doing. You're taking money and food out of the mouths of elderly Americans. You just admitted it. But then when you put it all together in a passage, you're like, never mind. Okay, so you can't answer. You refuse to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and respond. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Converse with somebody who can't even, like, own their nonsense? I mean, come on. Like, you can't just run around saying that everything I'm saying is not true. Take an easy Google search. Take a moment. Take a moment, Google it. Go look it up.
You're effeminate over-dramatization.
Go look it up. Yeah. I'm not dating you. Stop trying to flirt with me.
I'm not flirting with you, dude. You're not my type.
Go look it up. I'm not dating you. Go Google search it.
I'm not
Hurry up.
Anything.
Hurry up.
You're wasting time. I'm not looking up
okay, so then I should move on to our next guest, right? Okay, goodbye.
Right.
Like, what? You're not going to look it up? You're just going to sit here trying to ask me out? Hi, Brenda. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, but I actually wanted to see if you could, get someone to explain that's a Trumper. If the shoe was on the other foot, how would they feel if the president was elected?
I appreciate it, Brenda. I know. I'm going to ask them that, but we can't even get that far in a conversation with these MAGA Republicans because they're blatantly ignorant. So we're going to try a couple more, but the algorithm also isn't pushing this. So folks, if you haven't already, please like the live stream, share the live stream as much as possible right now so that we can get more guests in here, because I want to have some of these MAGA Republicans own up to the nonsense they're spewing. Okay? Share the live, everybody. We got 1,200 people in there. Everybody should please be sharing the live right now. Hello, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hell no.
I appreciate it. Let's get up our next guest. Please keep sharing the live, folks. Hello, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
36.
Gotcha. So why'd you vote for a convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster who was twice impeached, found to be a constitutional violator according to his own Supreme Court? I mean, literally, the guy was called a fascist by his own chief of staff. His own vice president wouldn't run with him, let alone endorse him.
Blah, blah.
Was I done? He buried his wife on a golf course.
Okay.
Are you married?
So what?
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have a husband or a wife?
Yes. Husband.
If your husband buries you on a golf course, are you going to think well of him? Or like if he buries you on a golf course for a tax incentive,
No,
you're going to feel...
I want to be cremated. He knows
on a golf course?
I wouldn't care if that's what I wanted, yeah.
Okay, have a little respect for yourself, right? So in Donald Trump's America, you have less rights than me. How's that feel? In Donald Trump's America, you are worth less than me. How's that feel?
What rights were taken away?
You know very well what right was taken away, right?
What?
Let's put our thinking caps on. Here, I'm going to remind you of yourself.
Today than I
How do you feel?
2 weeks ago.
There we go. Now you and I are twinning. So help me understand. So you voted for Donald Trump, and you know exactly what right you lost in the process. What right did you have growing up that you do not have now? Go ahead. Don't play ignorant. You seem like you might be smart, but I guess we're going to find out if I was wrong. Are you smart?
What right did I have growing up that I don't have now?
Do you want to phone a friend?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. Do you want to look at the chat? Chat, you want to tell her? Okay, you look at the chat. The chat will tell you.
Power to the state.
The chat will tell you. Go ahead. Look at the chat, hon. Can you read? Can you read? Do you know how?
She doesn't read P25 yet.
Are you looking at the chat? What does the chat say?
I can't. What the fuck?
You can't read? Wow, that's actually sad. Should I move on to the next guest?
I'm picking up my Chick-fil-A. Sorry, hold on.
Okay, let's move on to the next guest. This one is incapable of reading. Sometimes, folks, you just can't help the illiterate, you know?
Hello.
Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
35.
Exactly. Let's move on to the next guest. All right, let's get up our next guest. Again, folks, if you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Hi, guest, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hey, I did vote for Donald Trump.
It sounds like you're talking through a Nokia 1999. Are you driving right now?
Sorry. Yeah, let me get you.
Okay, let's move on to the next guest. I know that you wanted to vote for a felon, but you don't need to become a felon yourself. There are children on the streets. Maybe don't text and drive. Just a thought. Hello, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Sure did.
Ew.
Okay.
Nope, that was all. So why'd you vote for a convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster, somebody who was twice impeached, found to be a constitutional violator according to his own Supreme Court in June of this year?
Because
I wasn't done. Somebody who's own vice president wouldn't run with him, let alone endorse him.
A lot better than Biden or Harris.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, can I converse with you, or do you need the backup? Because if he's going to be the one speaking for you, just put him on the phone. I don't need the middleman, right? Think for yourself or don't think. It's not that hard. Should I talk to him instead?
you can choose who you want to talk to. It doesn't matter.
Well, you came up and this is your account, so I'm more than happy to talk to you. But if you would rather I slap down your boyfriend there, I'm more than happy to. So you pick. You want to pick?
No, go ahead and talk.
Okay.
I voted for Donald Trump because that's who I voted for. And I don't feel like my
Never mind. I want to
taken
talk to
away.
the boyfriend. That was the most incoherent nonsense I've ever heard.
All right, go ahead. You talk. Say something.
I just feel like he's very disrespectful to women.
Oh, really? Do you know what's disrespectful to women? Voting against their right to choose. Women today have less rights than their daughters did growing up. That's disrespectful to women. Telling you and your girlfriend there that you're ignorant for voting away her right to choose, that's actually called respect. That's me
What if
giving
I
you
told
some
you I was
respect.
pro-life?
Hey, excuse you. You're not
Excuse
pro-life.
you.
You're not
I am.
pro-life. No, listen, Pookie, you're not pro-life. The fact of the matter is this. Donald Trump doesn't have a single economic policy to benefit a mother after he forces her to give birth. He only has policies that regulate her body. You two are standing next to each other, and I know each of you has an individual brain cell that you could clank together to make a spark. So help me understand this. The boyfriend in the room right there has more rights than the girlfriend in the room. That in its own should highlight an issue, and yet neither of you seem to have a spark in your mind to understand or recognize what that issue is. So let's discuss once more, and this time all three of us together could maybe equate to one brain cell. I'm more than happy to donate mine. So again, your boyfriend there has more rights than you. Yes or no?
Yes, but I don't
Oh,
care
look at that.
about
Look
not
at that.
having-
Oh, gosh. You have less rights than your boyfriend in Donald Trump's America. Isn't that insane? Wouldn't you
That's
like to
okay.
have equal rights, though, to your boyfriend? Wouldn't you like to have equal rights to him?
I don't care.
It was
about
a yes
I really
or
don't
no.
give a shit.
Wouldn't you like to have equal rights to him? Yes or no?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
to
you
me.
don't want equal rights to him. Okay, so you can be a handmaid if you want, and I'll even iron your red cloak and white hood for you. But if you could not drag down the rest of women across America, I think that they would greatly appreciate that, right? You do you, handmaid, but not everybody else wants to be in the same boat.
So one last thing, I'll drop. You can ring your cow.
No, I want to ask you a question. There's two of you there, and apparently not a single spark has come out of your mind. So let's see if we could actually get something going here. I know that both your IQs are equal to your suit, like your little shoe size there, but maybe if you put it together, you could get a double-digit IQ. My question to you is this. In Florida, do you know what SB 1718 is, yes or no?
I don't.
Of course not.
Come on, Florida.
I knew that. I could have made that decision. You know, I knew. I was asking just
follow
to
Florida.
make a point.
We're not.
So,
we don't live in
hon,
Florida.
you don't need to follow Florida. Florida's an example. Stick with me now, okay? I know that it's a 7-second attention span finding, Dory, but you can hold on for dear life. So listen very closely, Dory, okay? So again, In Florida, SB 1718 was a mass deportation bill that led to 40% less of farmers within the agricultural industry and led to a $13 billion gap in their annual GDP. Implement this nationally and you're going to lose on average 40% of farmers across the country who are undocumented migrants, and you're going to lose $300 to $450 billion in your annual GDP. Help me understand. You're going to leave farmers out of business. What's your solution to ensure that they do not go bankrupt and that this doesn't reflect on higher costs on groceries? Go ahead.
I don't have a solution.
Look at that. What a shock.
It's not my problem. Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Why did you actually vote for Donald Trump? Because you just proved it has nothing to do with the economy. So now what's your actual reason? And to be clear, I didn't think you were going to give a solution. That was just so that now when I ask you why'd you vote for Trump, you can't say the economy. Now you cannot say the economy as your reason. So why'd you vote for Trump?
Hold on.
Why'd you vote for Trump? Again, the reason I made that case and explained it was so that now you cannot say you voted for Trump because of the economy. You just said yourself you don't care about the economy. So tell me again, excuse you, why did you vote for Donald Trump? Why did you vote for Trump? Again, to be clear, I didn't expect you to tell me a response in regards to what I just said regarding that economic policy, right? I told you about that economic policy so that now when I ask you why did you vote for Trump, that you would not say the economy. Now, Finding Dory, you can't say the economy. You just said you don't care about the economy. So this time, now my actual question to you, why did you vote for Donald Trump? Okay, and again, you are not permitted to say the economy. You lost that right the moment you just ignored what I asked you, okay? Unmute, hurry up, respond.
I'll tell you why. Because
you're racist?
We got to stop all these illegal immigrants
sexist?
walking into our country.
Okay, that makes zero sense.
Oh, really, really.
Sorry, how are you going to stop the undocumented migrants from coming into the country? Like, what? Go ahead.
Donald Trump's going to stop that. You are.
How?
He already started.
He's going to continue the friggin' wall.
Oh, ma'am, you need to, ma'am. All right, sir, I need you to just 1 second, please. Ma'am, you said he already started mass deportation. I need you to go sit in a closet somewhere, close the door behind you, and count to 10. Like, realistically, what you just said was maybe the dumbest thing I heard all day. Okay? Go sit in a closet somewhere, count to 10. You're out of the conversation for 10 seconds. I don't need to sit in a closet. Girl, you gotta go do something, because what you just said was the dumbest nonsense I've heard all day. You just said that Donald Trump has already started. Donald Trump is not the president yet, ma'am. He couldn't have possibly done anything. The fact you also counted to 5, and then you forgot what comes after 5. So you can only count to 5. That's fine. Go count in the closet, count to 5 twice. Okay? But go in the closet. Girl, the fact you did it, the fact that you were, oh my gosh. I can tell why you want less rights than him. I can tell why you want less rights than him. It's giving trade wife. What's going on right now? What is going on right now? Okay, so help me understand. Again, ma'am, you should be counting alone in the closet. You're out of the conversation for what you just said about the economy and mass deportation. Sir, you, on the other hand, did not suggest that Donald Trump currently has executive authority, so you get to stay in the conversation for at least another minute. You didn't actually provide a reason as to why you voted for Donald Trump. You said it was because of you want undocumented migrants out of the country. 2 issues here. 1, you're not providing a reason as to why you want those undocumented migrants out, and also you're not telling me how. Furthermore, once you do remove them, you're going to lose $300 to $450 billion in your annual GDP. That's going to cause a recession.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what good are all these immigrants doing for the economy?
Adding $300 to $450 billion to your GDP every single year. How about the fact that 40% of, excuse you just asked me a question, may I respond? You just asked, what are these undocumented migrants contributing to the economy? Think of it like this. 40% of farmers are undocumented migrants. So that means they're contributing at least 40% of the workforce in agriculture, which makes up your costs on produce. What do they contribute? $300 to $450 billion in your annual GDP. $13 billion in Florida alone.
I'm gonna go count.
Yes, count alone in the closet, ma'am. You are in timeout. So again, you're not providing a reason as to why you want them out. Why do you want them out?
Because the economy was far better off when Trump was in office.
That makes zero sense. You want undocumented migrants out because
yeah.
The fact she's actually counting. Does she know what's after 6? Do you want to help her?
I don't need to help her.
You don't know what's after 6 either, do you? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, So, are you two related, by the way? I know that you're dating, but I'm just curious. Are you two related as well?
No, not at all.
Just assumed. Anyway,
Okay.
so again, I'm trying to understand here. You just suggested that the economy was doing better under Donald Trump, even though the economy technically is doing better now.
Absolutely.
But you're
they're doing a lot
suggesting
better. I'm paying
you're not
more in
listening.
gas, I'm paying more
1,
in
2,
groceries.
3, eyes on me. You're not listening. So
No,
you're gonna
because you
learn
don't wanna
something
hear
here.
it. You don't want to hear it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Eyes on me.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down. Tone it down. Get the emotions under control. I am trying to understand here where you're connecting the dots between a stronger economy and less migrants. Because more migrants equates to a stronger economy, statistically speaking. $300 to $450 billion is contributed to our economy by undocumented migrants every single year. They make up, in agriculture alone, 40% of the workforce. You do away with them, your agricultural workforce at least crumbles, and you lose upwards of $400 billion in your annual GDP. How is that a stronger economy? Okay, so you don't know. So just concede that you don't know.
Okay, well, you can be upset that Biden.
Oh, I'm not upset. Trust me. I'm not upset.
Trump is
See,
now
here's the
our
fact of the
president.
matter. Between you, me, and let me make something clear. Between you, me, and your girlfriend there, the one who should realistically be the most upset is your girlfriend. Because you're coming up here to tell me that I'm the loser and that I'm upset. But the loser who should be upset is in the room right there with you. She has less rights in Donald Trump's America than you and I have. In Donald Trump's America, she is the victim. In Donald Trump's America, and I don't know your background, I assume you're not educated, but I, as a Ivy League educated white man in Donald Trump's America, am actually the top of the food chain. The top of the food chain. Like, I'm at the tippy top. That's not what I wanted it to be. I wanted you, me, your girlfriend there, all of us to be on an equal playing field, competitive in this country. I wanted us to be able to have equal rights and freedom under the law, which is why I voted for Kamala. But you two, again, I understand, don't have the brain capacity to recognize how you voted against your girlfriend's own interests. That's fine and dandy. You do you, right? But you don't need to drag down the rest of women across America. They don't want to be handmaids just because you want your girlfriend to be a handmaid, okay?
It's quite.
All right. No, hun. You should still be counting alone in the closet after what you said about Donald Trump. No. Closet, count. You're out of the conversation, ma'am. Nope. Go back to counting. You said that Donald Trump was the current president. Ma'am, no. You said Donald Trump was the current president. You go back to counting. Time out. You said Donald Trump was the current president. You get back to counting. You never even made it past number 6.
When the heck did I ever say that?
Ma'am, you said that Donald Trump had executive authority and that he was taking...
You're so delusional.
You said that Donald Trump has the executive authority to take action now. That suggests that he's the current sitting president. As president-elect, he has 0 executive authority until Inauguration Day. So again, I'm telling you, ma'am, you're out of the conversation the moment you said that Donald Trump was the sitting president. You need to go sit in a closet and count to 10, okay? You're out of the conversation. Bad, bad, bad.
I'm dropping. Ring your cowbell. Go ahead.
Ah, yes, good riddance. Yeah, we got it. You don't know how to drop, do you?
No, I do. You're just...
Oh my gosh, she doesn't even know how to drop. I got you. You're good. Goodbye. Yeah, we got a runner. Let's get some cow emojis in the chat. We got a runner. Yeah. Let's get up our next guest. That was actually insane. Like, I have a lot of questions there, but again, the fact that she said when asked, I mean, I asked her, don't you want to have equal rights to your boyfriend? And she said no. That right there means that she just wanted to be a handmaid. What's going on?
Yo, you can hear me?
Hi, guest. Just give me one moment. Hi, everybody in the chat who's just listening in and joining the live stream. Welcome. I'm Johnny. Nice to see y'all. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Help us get to 500,000 likes. And please share the live as well. If you are tuning in and you're liking what you're hearing today, again, please continue liking the live. CJ, would you mind unmuting?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yep.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just, our country preparing to crumble around us, the economy looking to shatter, women preparing to lose their rights, and elderly Americans looking to lose food off of the table. Happy Thanksgiving. Anyway, so tell me again, did you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude, I was ready to start roasting. I thought you were, okay, friendly fire. Let me get up our next guest. Folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. I apologize for the friendly fire. I thought you were a Trump supporter. That's on me. I was ready to start roasting. Folks, I'm in the zone right now, right? So if you're a Trump supporter, come on up. Sorry for the friendly fire. Ooh, it's awkward. Okay, next up. Again, if you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest requests. I think the Trump supporters are just too scared to come talk to me. That's fine. I would be too. Fair enough. I don't judge. I mean, I do judge frequently, actually. But, you know, I was taught that I should say I don't judge because then people would think I'm not judgmental. Do you guys think I'm judgmental now? I mean, I said I don't judge, so now I know I'm not judgmental. Let's see. Hi, guys. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
You're a fetus.
I'm out of...
On the count of 3, everybody, let's whip out the magic wand and say fetus deletus. 3,
You're...
2, 1. Fetus deletus. Poof! And he's gone! The magic is real in America. Fetus deletus is a wonderful spell. I absolutely love it. Don't forget, folks, fetus deletus is a spell banned in the following states: Alaska, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, and 3 parts of Florida, but only where Matt Gaetz resides. Okay, this guest isn't coming up. Let's move on to our next. Again, if you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was liking your live. I love you.
I love you back. Thanks for coming up. Again, folks, if you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request. And if everybody could take a moment, please like the live and share the live with as many folks as you can so that we can build up the guest request just a little bit further.
I just came up. I was tapping. I'm sorry, Johnny.
You're good.
But real quick,
You're good. I got
did
you.
you
Message
see
me.
that?
Message me. Message me. I
Okay,
appreciate
all
it.
right.
Thank you. Hello. Let's move on to the next guest. We got somebody who's just mouth breathing into the microphone, staring at me. That's not creepy. Hey, yes. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did.
That's all. If you can't make yourself laugh, folks, what's the point? Hey, Lou, how you doing?
Hey, Johnny.
Sorry, I'm just cosplaying as Donald Trump. So you vote for Trump?
Johnny. You know.
I'm kidding, Lou. I got you. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it, Lou. Thank you for the love. Let's get up our next guest. We love Lou so much. Let's get some W Lou's in the chat, please. Love you, Lou. Thank you for coming up. Hi, Chuck. You vote for Donald Trump?
Ha ha ha, yes I did, faggot.
You didn't even leave the live stream properly. Your voice is still on it. You might as well call Siri Johnny because I'm going to be part of your cell phone until Christmas. The fact of the matter is you can either come back into the live stream and do a proper walk of shame or continue to there you go. He chose to shut down his cell phone entirely. That was pathetic. He literally said it and then hid. What was that? He said it and then ran away and hid. Folks, if you're watching me get hate crimed up here for free, at least if you're going to enjoy the show, support me. My Venmo and PayPal are in my bio. Feel free to support me. Feel free to support me. I'm just up here getting hate crimes for funsies, apparently. That's wild. These Trumpers, let me tell you something. And it's really projection with them. It really is. I mean, the closet's glass, right? Like, if anybody's, let's be very real about this, right? At least I know about, I know myself. These people, they're going to learn, in their 50s, when they're married with kids, and they're going to be like, oh, turns out I'm, Anyway. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, support my nephew, man. Support this man. Give the chicken a name. We need a name for the chicken.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming up. Again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick live stream restart. The algorithm is not pushing this. Here, give me one moment, everybody. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, folks, if you haven't already, see in the bottom right-hand corner here, there's an account that says Jack Palmadessa. Oh, for those of you who don't know, feel free to call me Jack if you ever want to call me Jack. We're in the club. We're off, fam. In the bottom right-hand corner, there is a backup account. Give that a follow. We're probably going to need to move over there because the algorithm is not pushing it here, so we're not getting conversations. So again, in the bottom right-hand corner, take a moment, give that account a follow. We're going to move on over there and do some conversations for a few. Hopefully the algorithm will actually push it out over there. So again, we're going to head over there in just a moment. We got bottom right-hand corner, give that account a follow. That is my backup. We're going to move on over there. See this account in the Hair Fanatic. What's the account? In the bottom right-hand corner of this live stream, you'll see an account that says Jack Palmadessa. Here. Now it's the big screen right there. This is Jack Palmadessa. It's the big screen. Give that account a follow. That is my backup account. All right. And we're going to move on over there. For those of you who don't know, Jack is just a nickname. Jack basically just means John, like John F. Kennedy was also called Jack Kennedy. If you want to call me Jack, that's fine. If you want to call me Johnny, that's fine too. Jack is just another word for John. I get called both, so it's fine. Alrighty, folks, we're going to give it like another 30 seconds, and then we're just going to move on over to that account because it is not channeling here. All right, we are gonna, oh my gosh, bro goes, can I call you my husband? No. Just Johnny or Jack will do. Well, I guess it depends on the price. You could, no, just kidding. All right, folks, we're gonna move on over to that account. Again, be there in about a minute. So if you haven't already, hit that follow button on that account.
Blame for the economy and for the inflation.
Who blamed Donald Trump for COVID?
No, you guys blamed Donald Trump for
COVID.
COVID.
When did I blame Donald Trump for COVID?
The Democrats did.
Who? The Democrats did? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
why'd you vote for Donald Trump? What are you talking about?
When you guys didn't blame Trump for COVID?
No.
COVID
was a global pandemic. How would Donald Trump cause COVID?
His handling.
Oh, how he handled COVID? You're saying you dislike how he handled COVID. I agree.
No,
right? He handled COVID poorly. He didn't cause COVID. Right? I mean, like, what do you think? Donald Trump in the back got like, what, huh? What do you think?
That's not what I said.
Okay, so anyway, listen, you're the one who's saying that Donald Trump caused COVID. I know Democrats weren't saying that. That's a new one. Anyway, so help me understand. Why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
The mishandling of COVID. I'll rephrase that.
I agree. He mishandled COVID. That being said, why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
And Biden mishandled the border and the inflation.
Excuse me. What? What is inflation today? What is the inflation rate today? What is the inflation rate today? Excuse me, Dave. I have a question, Dave. What was the inflation rate today?
What's it at? Three something? What is it at?
No, what is it today?
I'm not sure. What is it at?
What is it? You just said inflation was high. I mean, so what is it?
I'm talking about.
What is it? What's the inflation rate?
I don't. What is it?
Oh, thank you, Diana, for the little dancing thing. What is the inflation rate today? You just said inflation's high, so clearly you must know what the inflation rate is. What is it?
Everything is high.
What is the inflation rate?
You want me to Google it?
Yes.
Okay.
I would.
I'm not going to Google it.
Hurry up. Go Google. Go.
I'll lose you.
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. All right, Dave, did you Google? Are you back? Dave, come on. Dave!
2.6.
Right. Perfect. That's a very low inflation rate. That's almost exactly what it was in 2018. That is almost identical. Now look out. Ready? What was the inflation rate in 2018?
That means nothing when everything is so double cost.
Dave,
Dude,
you just said inflation was skyrocketing. You said it was high. You said it was huge. And yet, it's actually the exact same thing it was in 2018. Huh? Let me look for your conclusion.
Can I talk or not?
Oh, I don't see it. Hold on. Let me look for everybody, get out your binoculars. Let's try to find a coherent statement from Dave. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, I can't find it. Where? Let's all look for Dave's dignity.
You can't.
No, I don't see it. I can't find it. Where is it? Do you guys see Dave's dignity? Dave?
Dignity?
Where's your dignity, Dave? We're trying. I don't see it, Dave. Where is it?
I don't see your dignity.
Okay, so help me better understand this. You said that the inflation rate was skyrocketing, but it's exactly as it was in 2018. So help me understand. Help me understand. Why would you make a false claim? Why did you lie?
Everything is still
so you admit you lied? You admit you lied. Perfect. Thank you. Well, it's clearly a lie. You said the inflation rate was skyrocketing, and then you just said it's actually exactly as it was in 2018. So clearly it's not skyrocketing.
So why are prices still high then? Why is everything still high still?
Tell me. Let's use our thinking caps. Hold on. I'll put mine on so that we could twin.
Greed, whatever.
Look, now we're exactly alike. Now we both have our thinking caps on. I assume that you're in a tinfoil hat already, Dave, so I won't ask you to put it on. So help me understand. Help me understand. If inflation is low, but costs at the grocery store are high, why might that be?
Gotta blame somebody. I gotta blame.
Yeah. So who are you gonna blame, Dave? Dave, who are you gonna blame?
The Democrats.
Who are you gonna blame, Dave?
The Democrats.
Dave, who are you gonna blame? The fact of the matter is, corporate greed is leading to higher costs at the grocery store. You understand that? Nope, apparently you don't. Thinking cap back on. Okay,
and blame China for COVID. Don't blame Trump.
Dave. So one more time. You said that inflation is historically low. Thank you for admitting, and thank you, Joe Biden. W. Biden's in the chat. I agree. Inflation is historically low. Thank you for saying it, Dave. Now, Dave, could you tell me, why would costs still be high at the grocery store? You don't need to tell me. It's called corporate greed. Point your finger at the right person or never expect something to change. So now look at Trump. What is Trump's plan to cut corporate greed, to cut costs at the grocery store? What's his plan?
I don't care what his plan is. He won.
You do! You obviously have to care what his plan is. I'm sorry. You're saying he won. So what's the plan to cut costs? Dave! What is his plan to cut costs? Go ahead. What's his plan?
His plan to cut costs? Just him being in there is going to cut costs.
Dave, that is not how life works. If you mean cut costs because his wife is going to divorce him, I agree. He'll have to spend half as much as he is now on dinner because Melania won't be at the table to eat with him. Agreed. Right. So help me better understand. Okay. How is Donald Trump going to cut costs at the grocery store? Can you just respond to that? Just say you can if you can't. Do you concede? You know nothing, you concede? You admit? You know nothing?
But he still won.
So you agree you know nothing?
He still won.
Woo! Dave knows nothing. Let's get some W Daves in the chat for admitting he knows absolutely nothing. Let's Dave.
Talk about what Biden did.
Dave.
You can't
Thank you, Dave, for admitting that you know nothing. I agree you know nothing. So, Dave, I'm going to give you an issue that your candidate's causing, and then you're going to give me a solution, correct? All right? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, Dave? Dave, are you ready?
No.
Dave, are you ready now?
Sure. Go
ahead. You ready now, Dave?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to give you an issue that your president is going to cause.
That's
and
my
then you
baby.
tell me the solution, okay? Are you ready, Dave?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, Dave, I got your ears. Are you listening?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so in Florida, SB 1718 was signed by Ron DeSantis. Do you know what this bill did? I'm just kidding. I know what I know for a fact you don't know what this bill did. This bill led to 40% of farmers getting deported in Florida. So here's my question to you. Across the country, 40% of farmers are undocumented migrants. After you mass deport them, what are you going to do to ensure generational farmers do not go bankrupt? In Florida alone, they've already lost $13 billion in their GDP. Nationally, this is going to cause $300 to $450 billion in losses in our annual GDP. So what's your solution to ensure we don't lead into a recession, knowing that Donald Trump loves to cause recessions? It wouldn't be his first one. And what's your solution to ensure generational farmers do not go bankrupt? Respond!
Number
Folks,
one,
if you
Trump's
have
not gonna
earbuds in,
deport.
excuse you, Dave, folks, if you have earbuds in, it might be worth taking them out because I'm feeling extra Italian tonight. Dave, respond!
He's not deporting 10 million people. No,
He's deporting all of them! I wouldn't be shocked if he deported his wife! Listen, pay very attention, pay very close attention.
Let me finish.
In Florida, 40% of farmers were deported. This is mass deportation statewide. Now you're seeing it nationally. So tell me again, after you deport 40% of farmers and you lose $300 to $450 billion in your GDP, how are you gonna fix it?
He's not deporting 10 million people, number one, and there's plenty.
Who said 10 million? It's going to be a lot more than 10 million.
Okay, whatever.
Huh? 10 million? It's going to be a heck of a lot more than 10 million. I wasn't talking about just the ones he slept with. I was talking about all of them. 10 million? He's
not doing it.
That's just a week in Donald Trump's life, right?
He's not doing it.
I mean, this guy goes through wives like I even know. So tell me again, after you do mass deportation on a national level,
It's not gonna happen.
What are you? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's not a question. It's already happening in Florida. In Florida, you deported 40% of farmers. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand that.
You understand that? All right, so help me understand this. If you deport 40% of farmers in Florida and you lost $13 billion, and this bill is called mass deportation. Hey, everybody from the Parker Raid. Good to see y'all. Love y'all immensely. Please hit that like button and hit the share button. Help us get to 100,000 likes. If you deport them nationally, what are you going to do when you lose $300 to $450 billion in your GDP, dude? What are you going to do?
It's not gonna happen.
That doesn't make sense. It's his proposal. It's his plan. What do you mean it ain't gonna happen? Huh?
It's not gonna happen.
What's that mean? What do you mean?
You can't
Dave, listen. Dave, are you listening? It's his plan.
It's not gonna happen.
You're saying it's not gonna happen. It's his plan.
Yeah, he's got a lot of. He talks a lot of shit. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, so now you're saying he's not going to do the one thing he promised on the campaign trail? His only promise on the campaign trail was mass deportation. You're saying that he's not going to do it? Are you saying that Donald Trump isn't going to... Dave! Are you saying that Donald Trump isn't going to accomplish the only policy, the only promise he made on the campaign trail? His only promise.
Absolutely not.
Dave!
You know why? It doesn't matter. He can't get back in. It's over.
Dave! His only promise on the campaign trail was mass deportation. Are you saying he's not going to do it? Well, then he lied! He lied to the American public! Right? Oh, what a shock! Oh, what a shock! Donald Trump lied to the American public. What else is new? Let's get some losing guests in the chat. Let's get some L guests in the chat, please.
Let me ask you a serious question. What do you think about Biden authorizing Ukraine to put missiles in Russia a couple of days ago? What do you think about that?
Sorry, would you repeat your question?
What do you think about Biden authorizing Ukraine to shoot long-range missiles into Russia
Your mic is cutting out a little bit. I can't hear you. What'd you say?
What do you think about Biden?
Can you unmute yourself?
Oh, sure. Hold up. I'm not muted.
Oh, can you mute yourself and then unmute yourself? Fix the glitch. We can't hear you. All right. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. What do you think about Biden?
Oh, you just cut out again. What'd you say, Dave? Can you speak up? It might be that you're just talking very quietly. Keep the water in my mouth. Hey, Dave, welcome back. Oh my God.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What do you think about Biden authorizing Ukraine to shoot long-range missiles?
Thank you, Gina, for the heart. Sorry, Gina sent me a heart. What'd you say?
What do you think about Biden authorizing?
Wow, I really got you to repeat it 10 times. Good boy. You're very obedient. Here, for you, we can play fetch. Here, I got one of Donald Trump's hands. Are you ready?
You keep saying you can't hear me. That's just fucking stupid, dude. Seriously, come on.
Fetch it. What happened?
Come on, dude.
What happened? Yeah, fetch it. Okay, fine. What's your question? Ask again.
No,
Sorry.
you know my question.
Ask again.
I'm done. No,
you're getting angry. Why are you so upset?
Because you won't answer a question that's serious.
I'm just trying to ask you a question. Why are you so triggered? Calm down. Calm down. Oh my gosh. Here, calm down. Let me pour you a cup of water. Let me pour you a cup of water.
You're being a scumbag right now. You know it.
Calm down, baby. Baby, I would never want to hurt you.
No, you're being a scumbag.
It's okay. Listen, I got you. I'm gonna pour you a nice cup of water, baby. In my house, you're safe.
Right now.
No. Listen, handsome. You're safe in my house. I got you some water. Here, you take a sip. I got you. Do you want your binky? Here you go. Take a sip.
I'm being a serious question. You won't even answer it.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Ask the question. Here, take a sip of water and then ask a question. Come on, Pookie. Come on, Snowflake. Come on.
Never gonna happen again, baby.
Don't get upset. Don't get upset.
Baby doll.
Come on. Don't cry. Don't cry. It's okay.
I'm not crying.
You're safe in my house. It's okay.
I know I am.
You guys like the cup? It's a Wicked cup.
I know.
It's a little Wicked cup. Right. Hey, chat. Are you guys all going to see Wicked, by the way? Chat, are y'all seeing it? Anyway, guess whenever you're done crying like a little snowflake, if you could just tell me what the question was. Listen, you keep saying it ain't crying. I call it crying. I mean, listen to yourself. There's no way in heck that my father would ever sound like what you're sounding like. So I'm going to call that crying. Tell me again. What was your question?
Never. I will never say it again because you know what the question is.
Dave, Pookie, baby, listen. If you don't tell me the question, I can't answer.
Well, I guess you won't answer it.
Come on, Pookie, be a good boy. Tell me the question.
Yeah, you make me laugh. You do.
Yep, which just makes you that much more mad because you want to hate me, but you can't. So tell me again, what was the question?
I don't hate anybody.
What was the question? I'm actually a singer.
Anyone.
I don't know if you know this. I'm actually a singer. That was a little sample. If you want to tip me for my services, Venmo, PayPal in my bio. Evil, because he hates women. See, I sang just as well as your cognitive decline functions. So tell me again, why did you vote for Donald Trump? Clearly, it's not based off of the economy. Well, Dave, I want to answer your question, but you won't tell me what it is, babe. On to the next guest, then, or do you just want to keep flirting with me because you're interested? Dave, if you want to ask me out, just do it. Just ask me out. Venmo, PayPal, those are my bio. Give me some Panera money. I'll go get myself some dinner, and then we can pretend like we're. At least you know what's up. At least you know you're too broke. Woo! At least you know. At least you know.
I can't afford you.
Mike Johnson, do you know who he is?
Of course I do.
Well, sorry, I had to ask because you seem to be sundowning. So Mike Johnson's the Speaker of the House, okay?
I know.
Do you know who's in charge of allocating foreign aid, the very money that you claim is escalating wars? Because it's not Joe Biden, it's Mike Johnson, which is the very man who escalated Ukraine by apparently, offering them foreign aid. By your logic, wouldn't that be Mike Johnson escalating the war?
It's not what I said.
It is. You said Joe Biden's escalating wars, and I just explained to you how it's actually Mike Johnson, according to your logic, not Joe Biden.
Oh, is it? Mike Johnson has the power to tell Ukraine what to do? Okay. I didn't know that.
Did you just say king? I'm sorry, do you think the president's a king?
Has the power to tell Ukraine what to do? I didn't know that.
Oh, to tell a crane what to do.
Ukraine.
Who's a crane? Like a crane, like a stork?
Dude, you're not even being serious right now.
You're not speaking coherently.
Well, this phone's got bad reception then.
Or the brain does. Yeah.
No, buddy.
Unfortunately, you can't charge the brain. It only gets worse.
No, my brain's good.
Oh, don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Dave, whenever you're ready.
No, whenever you're ready. Answer my question.
Well, I just dude, Dave, I answered your question 4 times. You're welcome.
Well, you didn't answer my question 4 times at all.
I was taught at a very young age, guest, that you uplift your military and you don't respect those who slap them down. So if you or chat, if you think I'm going to be respectful to this man in any sense, you are deeply wrong. Sir, you are looking to defund our military, not only in the essence of the VA and our military, but you're also cutting their access to Social Security and disability, and you're not providing them with an actual solution to the issue you're causing.
It will not happen.
Baby, calm down. The House Republican budget was put forth. Do you want to take a moment and Google it? Here, I'll play you some music. It's your favorite song. It's the sound of the world's smallest violin.
Questions. Okay, why they are giving money? Oh, nice. Very nice violin. Very nice.
It was actually the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, but you don't let me answer. Why, for the last 4 years, they
Sorry, wait, where were you born again?
Why they keep giving money to
Where were you born again?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
My home, Iraq.
Gotcha. So when the wall goes up, ...
Listen, I don't know where you are getting those misinformation, but but you know how many billions you know how many billions went to Ukraine? You know how much? You know how much?
Almost as much as Donald Trump owes to the state of New York.
Oh, don't compare. I'm asking you.
Oh, sorry, don't compare that. Becca! Oh my gosh, Becca! I just saw Becca's comment. Becca, you wild for that one. Oh my gosh. If y'all didn't see it, let's get some W Beccas in the chat. That's wild. That's wild.
In your life.
Calm down. Calm down.
Why you are asking for money?
Guess. Calm down. Calm down.
Okay. I'm good. I'm fine. Trust me. I love to talk to you. You give me a very, very positive energy.
That's because I'm a very positive person. That's why everybody likes me.
No, you are very negative. Keep talking about Trump, about the future. Just be positive. Give him some time. It's your country.
I'm positive that Donald Trump is about to strip away the health care of veterans. I'm positive that Donald Trump is about to strip away the reproductive health care of women. I'm pretty positive that Donald Trump is about to defund our entire economic infrastructure. I'm pretty positive that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin are probably getting intimate as we speak, and I'm pretty sure Kim Jong-un is probably watching from the closet.
Last day.
Why are you watching Joe Biden do it? You little nasty? What?
Just give a permit to
what?
To hit.
Ew! Oh my gosh!
You know
Listen, guest, I need you to calm down. Are you calm now?
You don't let me talk.
Guest, are you calm?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
but
Dave. Good. Dave.
I'm not Dave, by the way.
Dave. No, I named you Dave.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I don't really care what your original name was. Your new name's Dave.
It's okay. He was a great man.
What's your original name? What's your actual name?
My name is Sam.
Okay, Sam and Dave are pretty much the same shit. You could just let's just stick with
John
Dave, right? Okay, that's like me saying John or Jack, and then me saying like my name's not John, it's actually Jack. It's same thing. Okay. So anyway, Dave, I need you to do something for me. Break down what your economic solution is to support those who you're about to strip away the disability benefits and Social Security benefits from. You haven't done that once. Can you do that without pivoting? Hurry up.
No.
Faster.
No.
Hurry up! Respond!
I'm answering no.
So you don't know. Okay.
No.
Congrats.
Yeah. But you don't answer my question also.
I did answer your question. I said after the wall goes up, you're probably going to get deported.
Look, if you are doing good, why you are asking for money in your life? In your broadcasting?
If I'm doing good, why am I asking for money?
Yeah, why?
I'm doing good because people support me.
Support you? Why?
Right?
Why? What for?
Well,
what?
For example,
working hard to give you
listen
give you
closely,
their money.
Dave, listen closely. So, a lot of the work I do surrounds around advocacy and activism. So, for example, traveling across the swing state of Pennsylvania. A lot of the efforts throughout the November election season was meeting voters. I would travel from Erie, Pennsylvania to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I would travel around the surrounding areas, whether it be Maryland or whether it be New Jersey or Ohio, which I'm never going to Ohio again. Sorry, guys, but Ohio's just not it anymore. But I'm more than happy to do that work. A lot of the work I do, for example, maybe you didn't know this. I'm the guy who programmed the website that Donald Trump uses to track his debt down to the penny. That was covered in HuffPost. Thanks to people supporting me, I was able to work and hire a team of coders to build that website. That's why people support me. And it's because of that I can continue my work. I do these live streams in part because of education, also entertainment, and also it's fun to make fun of ignorant MAGA Trumpers like you. And so that's why I do this. Like, Zach, thank you so much for the $5. Zach wanted me to tell you to kick rocks, and then he sent me $5 for it. Zach in the chat. So again, when people support me, and you can look up my name, Dave, if you want to, because apparently you don't know this, I use that money to travel. I use that money for activism. I use that money to program websites that hold Trumpers accountable. For example, on Project 2025, I'm the guy that programmed the first website that unleashed Project 2025. I'm the guy who programmed the website that uncovered what Project 2025 was. Long before Biden Harris announced their website. That was me. I inspired their website. That was me. And I, thanks to getting support from folks like those in the channel, was able to fund that site. That's what I do. But guess, what do you do other than cry on like a 20-something-year-old's channel?
I'm
Dave, listen closely. Dave, what do you do besides two things? One, joining a 20-something-year-old's channel and crying to him about why you're alone, and two, awaiting your impending deportation.
Till that time.
Until the deport time?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm living my
as long
life
as you know
now.
it's coming, that's good enough for me.
No, it's not gonna come. Trust me.
You just said.
I'm going with you because I'm going.
You're going with me.
Yeah. Whatever
I'm getting deported.
No. I'm gonna just. Whatever you're gonna say.
You think you're gonna? Oh, we're not. I ain't going with you. Oh, we ain't. No. Oh, I don't care which way you roll, bud. That ain't.
Can I ask you something?
Don't get me wrong. But you ain't it. You ain't it. First and foremost, I look at intelligence, and you ain't got that.
No one talk.
Dave, calm down. Calm down. Are you calm?
Yes.
You okay? Yes. Just stay positive, Dave. Stay positive.
I am.
Okay. Dave, did you pack your bags yet?
No, I'm not.
You really should get on that because the deportation is going to come sooner rather than later.
I bet you know.
Anyway, hey, question for you. Do you remember Donald Trump's infamous Muslim ban?
Here you are.
Where he banned, excuse me, no. In the first week of Donald Trump, in Donald Trump's first week in office, he implemented a Muslim American ban where he banned Americans who were Muslim from re-entering the country.
You know when?
Do you support that?
You know when was that?
Yeah.
That was in 2016. You know why?
No, it wasn't 2016. He wasn't president in 2016. So apparently you don't know when it was. 2017. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay. You know why?
Listen, education's not that expensive. Caitlin, thank you so much for the $10.
Ask me why.
Caitlin wants me to tell you that you hate disabled vets. Caitlin's right. You do hate disabled vets.
You don't ask me why.
Molly, thank you so much for the $5. And Aaron, thank you for the $5. Thank you for the love. Molly wants me to tell you that she hates you. Thank you, Molly.
Okay, don't ask me why.
Can you hurry up? Ask you why what? I don't even know what you're talking about. Honestly, I forgot because you're kind of redundant.
Why he did that? Why he did what? Like you said, he didn't allow the Muslims to enter USA.
He didn't? He didn't let Muslims enter the USA? Oh
that's
my God.
You said. No,
why didn't he let? Why didn't? Well, you just said it.
You said.
You just said that.
You asked. You just said that.
You just said that.
No.
You just said it.
Listen.
You just said that Donald Trump didn't let Muslims enter the United States.
No,
why?
You said that, not me.
Why did he do that? You just said that he did that. Why did he do that?
Not all of them, by the way. Not everyone.
You just said that Donald Trump. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you just said that Donald Trump didn't let Muslims enter the United States.
You said that.
Yeah, you just said it.
No, I am because you said that. I'm answering. your question.
But you just said it.
No, I am. Listen,
what?
man.
All I said was thank you, Molly, for the $5, and then I said thank you. Hold on, calm down. I said Molly, thank you for the $5, and you said Donald Trump didn't let Muslims in the United States.
You said Molly hates you.
Well, yeah, she does. Yes, she does hate you. Yes.
Sure, I don't give a shit.
I mean, well, you seem very upset about it, so I would think it's a W Molly. Let's get some W Mollies in the chat. Molly, you made him mad. W Mollies.
No. You said
before that. I said thank you, Zach, for the $5. Because Zach sent 5 before Molly.
Okay, listen.
Immigrants but Muslims.
Oh my God! You are trying.
Thank you, Brooke, for the $4. I appreciate the love, Brooke. Thank you.
Maneuver. And talking, playing with the words.
What?
Yeah, playing with the words. This is your job. This is your job.
My job is.
He's going to report to you. You are spreading hate. Really?
I'm not spreading hate.
Yeah, trust me. You are talking about Christian, black and white, women, man, LGBT, whatever. Stop it. Stop it. Enough. Love your country. Love your country. Listen.
Excuse me. So me spreading hate is me telling you that Donald Trump does not like LGBTQ plus Americans?
No, he doesn't.
That's me spreading hate.
We've been born men and women.
Oh, are you LGBTQ?
We've born man and women. This is what.
Right. Are you LGBTQ plus?
No.
But you just said we. After I said LGBTQ, you said we. So are you LGBTQ?
I'm not.
Which are you?
I'm a man.
You're not. Wait, LGBTQ plus.
You are so tricky, man. Really. I mean.
Oh, you're not yet. You said you're not. You're not yet. Got it.
Oh,
you got it. Got it. Closet's glass. It's okay. You're safe here. We got you. It's okay. Whenever you're ready. Do you want to come out?
As a sales manager, really.
Do you want to come out whenever you're ready?
Really?
I mean, let's be very honest here. You're going to come right out of the closet and you're going to get thrown right over the border. It's Donald Trump's America for you. Massive thank you to Lakeisha. Thank you so much for the $5. Lakeisha wanted me to tell you, tell Save, which is a combination of Sam and Dave. He's annoying. So Dave, you are annoying. Thank you, Lakeisha.
I am annoying?
Yeah, did I stutter?
Okay. Everyone has his own opinion.
He goes, okay.
okay.
Okay. All right. So tell me again. Tell me again. I just want to understand. You don't have a single policy as to why you voted for Donald Trump. Is that right?
No, I do have. I told you.
Name one. Policy. Do you know what a policy is?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them.
Name one.
One of them.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for the galaxy.
Reduce the utilities and commodity.
What did you say?
It's going to reduce the utilities, commodity, the gas, the energy.
I'm sorry, that's not a policy. Do you know what a policy is? Can you tell me what a policy is?
Give me one policy for Kamala.
Okay. So, for example, Kamala...
She's going to let you be a woman if you are not.
So help me understand this first and foremost. You, as somebody who already made very clear that you're confused about yourself, are going to mock other people who are living true to themselves? Shame on you.
No,
shame on you. That's very odd. That's odd behavior. Just because somebody else is living true to themselves and you haven't found yourself yet doesn't mean that you should mock them. That's disgusting behavior. And mind you, let's be very clear. Those who are living true to themselves will still be in America as you're getting your rear end thrown over the wall, right?
At least I'm not spreading hate here.
No, it's not spreading hate. I'm just making clear. Again, you want to mock those who are being true to themselves, but those who are being true to themselves will still be in America when you get deported. So let's just be real, right? Okay. Oh yeah, but you're the winner. Yay, you won the election. You lost at life, but you won the election.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you said. It's okay. It's okay. But let's see after...
So again, tell me one policy that Donald Trump wants to pass.
I will talk to you after 2 years. And then
where?
We'll see.
Where are you going to be?
From
Because you ain't
now,
going to be in the United
after
States.
2 years, I'm going to stay here. No, I'm staying here. Trust me.
You're going to be. I mean, you're going to be off the grid if you think you're going to be here. You're going to be here in Donald Trump's America?
Listen, if this is a truth.
You're going to be off the grid. Please don't call me off the grid. Listen, don't call me if you're off the grid running away from getting deported. I don't need ice on my back. Are you out of your mind?
I apologize for you after 2 years.
You'll apologize for me?
If I'm going to be deported, okay?
If you're running away from ICE because you're avoiding deportation, do not call me.
No.
Don't call me. Call somebody else. Call somebody else. So just to be clear, you don't know a single policy that Donald Trump wants to pass. Like, not a single policy. You can't name one?
No. Okay.
Good. Congrats. At least you know you're ignorant. See, was that so hard? Was that so tough?
Listen.
Yay, he knows he's ignorant.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, not everybody's getting deported. Just you.
No, trust me.
Bro, thank you so much for the $4 again. I appreciate the love. Sorry, you say something?
350 million people. Half of them, they're going to be deported.
There are not 350 million people in America.
380 million.
380? Is that what you just said?
380 million.
There are 380 million people in America?
Yeah, how much? What's the population of the United States?
It's not 380. You want to try again? Third time's a charm.
Let me know. What is it?
No, go ahead. You said 350, then you said 380. Both of those are wrong. Do you want to try again?
What I know. No, I mean, I'm going to
try again. Try again. How many people are in America?
This is what I know.
Did you take the citizenship test?
No, I'm not.
No? Are you here? Okay, wait. You said that you weren't born in America. Are you here?
I didn't born in America.
Right. You said you weren't born in America, but you came here and you said you became a citizen.
I didn't say I didn't born in America.
Right. Again, you were not born in America, you said. Lori, thank you so much for the $50.
Listen,
I appreciate the love. I want to see like 1,000 W Loris in the chat. That is beyond kind. Thank you so much, Lori. Again, you said you were a citizen. You said you're a citizen. Excuse you. Dave, you said you're a citizen, that you voted for Donald Trump, but you were not born in America. That is what you said. Did you lie?
Listen, 342 million.
Okay, so that's not 350, neither is that 380.
Okay,
Again, you said, Dave, that you voted for Trump, that you were not born in America, but that you came here and became a citizen. Is that correct?
Yeah, you said, you asked me, did you vote?
Right, I'm just confirming that's still the case, because you seem confused.
No, I'm not.
So again, after the wall goes up, where are you going?
Okay. I cannot hear you. Hello? Yeah.
Apparently he just got thrown over the wall. Bad reception over there.
Relax.
Bad reception over there.
Just relax. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy. I feel pretty easy. I mean, I'm just vibing. Vibing.
Listen, only one thing. Don't spread hate.
Wait, hold on.
It's not nice.
Who's spreading hate here? The one who's calling you out for your BS, me, or the one, you, who is advocating against the rights of transgender Americans, saying that they can't live true to themselves, mocking LGBTQ plus Americans, mocking women, belittling middle-class Americans, those collecting Social Security, mocking veterans, mocking disabled Americans. Who's spreading hate? The fact of the matter is, and I don't feel bad saying this, you, as somebody here who voted against the rights of women, LGBTQ plus Americans, transgender Americans, veterans, elderly Americans, disabled Americans, middle-class Americans, entrepreneurs, you, as somebody who voted against the interests of yourself, I am not going to feel bad when you get everything you voted for and more. But it's going to be hard for you to rake in the fruit of your labor when you're on the other side of the wall. But that's the reality you voted for, right? I voted for Kamala because I believe in equality, I believe in freedom, I believe in justice and liberty for all. You, on the other hand, couldn't even vote for the best interest of yourself. Gosh darn it. Okay, we're going to move on to our next guest. Let's get this one out of the way. All right, again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request so that we could have a conversation. We are going to take out all of these bots here because I see a ton of folks who don't have followers, so clearly those aren't real people. Folks, if you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal are in my bio, or if you want to hit that follow button in the top left corner and join our little family. Hello, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump? You're just breathing heavily into the mic. You might want to get that checked out. If you're breathing that heavily, something is wrong, right? Something's wrong. And I would recommend you get that checked out before the new term because, I mean, RFK Jr. in charge of health, that ain't going to help you. That ain't going to health you, if you will. Anyway, Blue Man, are you still there?
I am here. I didn't realize you had me up.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you want to get the heavy breathing checked out? I'm worried about you.
It's a dog, by the way. The dog's on my lap. Is that okay?
I don't think it was the dog, but it's not nice to call your sister wife that. Anyway, let's get back into this.
What are you talking about?
So, well, your sister mama. I assume that you like to keep it in the family tree.
Okay, fruity boy. Okay.
I'm not interested. Closet's glass, but I ain't interested.
I'm not interested either. Trust me.
Well, then stop trying to hit on me. My gosh, I'm just here looking for a conversation. You're trying to ask me for my ID and stuff. Like, I don't know why I ain't interested. You good? Okay. Anyway, so calm down. Are you calm? Are you good?
I'm very calm.
Okay, a little too calm. That's a little. I don't like the voice. Change up the attitude. It's giving creepy.
Okay.
You sound like RFK. Anyway, okay. So Becca, thank you so much for the $4. I appreciate the love. And Lori, thank you again for the love. So anyway, can you just hurry up and tell me why you voted for a criminal sexual abuser, civil fraudster who was twice impeached, found to be a constitutional violator, according to his own Supreme Court, whose own vice president wouldn't run with him, let alone endorse him, whose own chief of staff called him a fascist?
Blah, blah, blah.
I wasn't
blah,
done. Blah. He also buried his wife on a golf course. Why'd you vote for that?
It's all your opinion.
It's not.
It is.
Nope. I don't need to have an opinion because the criminal justice system made sure that he was a felon. The Supreme Court made sure to make clear that he's a constitutional violator.
After you have Democrats on all the juries and you...
The Supreme Court's Republican.
Nope. I'm
sorry, the Supreme Court's not Republican?
They're lobbyists. You don't know about that?
The Supreme Court are Democratic lobbyists.
Your mama's on the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court are Democratic lobbyists? Is that what you just said?
Exactly. You didn't know that?
Now I know you like to keep it in the family. Now I know you keep it in the family. Dave, so I have a question for you. Oh, Dave got kicked. That's phenomenal. Can we get some W TikToks? Dave got flagged and kicked by TikTok. That's phenomenal. W TikToks in the chat. Even TikTok said, oh, that guy's dumb. Thank you, TikTok. Gotta love TikTok. W TikTok. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love it. Okay, let's try one more guest. Okay, that's not working. Here's what we're going to do. And that Donald Trump won this election solely based off of misinformation, right? Like some parents voted for Donald Trump thinking he was going to cut their costs at the grocery store. But if I ask you now, what's his plan to cut costs? You won't be able to tell me because there's no plan. He won solely based off of misinformation. So, I mean, right? Like, let's test my theory. Can you tell me how is Donald Trump going to cut costs at the grocery store?
Well, I believe his plan is, in majority, is to cut energy costs, and thus cutting energy costs then takes the prices down for other costs of goods, and the majority of them.
So you think that a corporation, for example, let's say Kraft Mac and Cheese, is hiking up the cost on Kraft Mac and Cheese because the trucking company, which is an independent contractor, is paying more out of pocket on gas? That is not how the economy works. And then aside from that, you understand that you're more energy independent today than that of what you were under Donald Trump's first term, and that gas costs today are on par with that of 2018. So do you want to take a breather and try that again?
I'm just saying you asked me what I thought he was planning.
I ask you what you think. I'm looking for facts. I don't care about your opinion, right?
Right. Well, if I mentioned tariffs, you will tell. I've been in here a few times. I haven't ever been able to.
Yeah, what's a tariff?
It's a cost imparted on goods from other countries.
No. Try again.
Okay, well, if I'm wrong...
What's a tariff?
I just tried answering. It's...
Yeah, but you answered wrong, so if you could try again. Before we converse about tariffs, I want to make sure that you actually know what you're talking about, right?
If a good is coming...
Otherwise, it's a waste of my time.
If a good is coming from a different country, we charge that country a tariff for bringing it into...
Who pays for the tariff? Maybe this will help. Who pays for the tariff?
You're going to say that we pay for the tariff as America.
No, I'm asking you who pays for the tariff.
The other country.
No. Try again.
We pay for the tariff?
Yeah.
The government?
No. The people.
I just said you were going to say that.
Right, but I wanted you to say it. I didn't need to say it. Thank you for the bear. So help me better understand this. For example, if you go to fabletics.com right now, there is an $8 consumer cost. And if you go on that cost, it explains Donald Trump's tariffs and why they're charging the consumer more due to Donald Trump putting tariffs on their production. So again, tariffs are just a tax on the middle class. You understand that? So for you to say that tariffs are going to economically benefit middle-class Americans, that just isn't accurate.
But he imparted tariffs in his first term.
Right, and for example, the 15 to 25% tariff on agriculture led to that $230 billion tax hike of middle-class Americans through production on, like, agriculture. I mean, this isn't really... Again, I get you're young, but I feel like we all live this, so
You're right, I did live...
Yeah. Right.
So
you can't actually think his tariffs were good during his first term, or you lived in a different reality than the rest of us, right?
I've lived during Biden and Harris's term, and I've lived through Trump's term as well.
Okay, can you tell me how the 15 to 25% tariff on agriculture benefited those in the agriculture industry?
No, because I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, but it left farmers bankrupt. Period. I mean, let's look at Donald Trump's current policy, right? Donald Trump wants to put a 60% tariff on China and a 20% tariff on every other country, which is odd. So help me better understand this. Knowing that Penn Wharton economists say that that's going to lead to $2,500 to $4,000 coming out of the pocket of middle-class Americans every single year, and knowing that that's also going to add $3 trillion to the debt that Donald Trump has already inflamed by $8 trillion, can you tell me exactly why would this be beneficial to middle-class Americans?
I don't exactly know why he's, 60% is obviously a lot. I don't believe, I don't know, I'm not in his cabinet, but I don't believe he's going to keep that 60% from everything coming from China his entire...
He said he would, so...
Okay.
Are you saying he lied? Because I wouldn't be shocked if he lied, right?
I didn't know that he said he would keep it his whole term. The only thing I think of is that I don't believe that he's going to do something that would... sure, I'm not going to sit here and defend Trump and say everything he does is good. That would be naive and wrong. But I personally...
Nothing he does is good. Can you name one thing he did that was good?
I think if Trump only did bad, then 75 million Americans wouldn't have voted.
Were misled. Yeah, many of them were misled. Again, many parents, according to the exit polls, thought that Donald Trump was going to cut costs at the grocery store. What they don't know is that costs weren't higher at the grocery store due to inflation, even though Donald Trump said it was. That was him misleading them. You know what inflation is today, right? You don't. Okay, it's 2.6% today. It was 2.1% last week. During Donald Trump's term, it was 2.4. So we're on par with exactly as it was, right? 2.6, 2.1, 2.4 is all the same thing. It's not like it's 9% today and 2.4 then, right? So it's the same thing, which means if inflation is down to what it was pre-pandemic, then Biden and Harris did their job. And yet, if costs are higher at the grocery store, why might that be? It's corporate greed. And yet the average American didn't understand this because typically that's not something you think about. And Donald Trump was telling them it was inflation. And so they voted for Trump. Now they got duped, and not a single policy that Donald Trump has put forth will actually cut costs at the grocery store. They effectively wasted their vote on a candidate who was tricking them. And that really sucks. But you know what? Maybe it's the reality check that a lot of Americans need to have. So Again, it brings me back to, unless Donald Trump lied to them, which we know he did, can you tell me what policy he does want to implement that'll cut costs at the grocery store?
No, not
exactly, because he lied to them.
I don't
he lied to you. You voted for him, you said?
Yes, I
Congrats,
did.
you got duped.
Besides price gouging, which we know has happened or is happening currently, and, you know, Harris addressed it. I'm not totally sure if Donald Trump did. I'm sure you said he wouldn't.
He calls it inflation. But it's not inflation.
I mean, we have had record inflation past the pandemic.
You don't have record inflation right now, no.
No, not right now, but if
you
inflation
understand that if you're saying, what's past the pandemic to you? When did the pandemic end in your mind?
Like, technically, like, probably like 2022, but like
it ended in 2022. 2022 was mid-Delta variant, which was the most lethal variant.
Okay, but if you think about
2022 was the end of the pandemic. 2022 had significant loss of life because the Delta variant was so dangerous. How was that the end of the pandemic?
Because of how, like, America as a whole was treating it during 2020, 2021 was
wait, I'm sorry. You had thousands of lost lives, thousands of folks contracting COVID-19, and the Delta variant was the most dangerous variant. How was that the end of the pandemic? How was 2022 the end if Delta was the most lethal variant? How make that make sense? So we know it started in March of 2020, right? That is when the economy shut down. Technically, it started in January 2020, but we'll go by when the economy shut down, because that is when everybody lost their jobs. That was in March of 2020. Now, when did it end? Because if you're saying it ended in 2022, when the Delta variant was prominent, that would not, mathematically speaking, add up.
Right. So maybe not fully ended. Obviously, COVID is still
Wasn't
around.
even partially ended in 2022.
Okay, I think that's incorrect to say.
How was it partially? Tell me in what statistic and in what way was it partially ended in 2022?
Do you think that living in 22, like the stress of living in 22 would have been, is the same compared to 2020, whatever it first started?
Let me compare it. In March of 2020 and in December of 2022, were people masking?
In December 2022?
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly as much. I mean, not.
They literally were. They literally were. Okay. And were people getting vaccinated?
What?
Were people getting vaccinated
in 2022?
Correct.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, the vaccine didn't come out till.
Were people still jobless?
Well, yeah.
Okay. And was the economy still partially shut down?
But the unemployment rate...
You're not answering.
Okay. The economy still shut down? No. In 2022?
Not still. In December 2022, folks were still without their jobs, meaning industries were partially still shut down. You understand? People were still telecommuting. People were still staying home when they got sick. People were still masking. You were still in a pandemic. You understand that you had significant loss of lives, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So you're still in a pandemic at the end of 2022 and all of 2022. It was the Delta variant. The pandemic, according to those in the healthcare profession, didn't end until the end of 2023.
Okay, in terms of actually fully ending, yes, it might have been till 2023.
It still has not fully ended. We just ignore it now. People are I had this conversation. Somebody lost their life from COVID, right? You understand that? Like, the pandemic's still happening, and the time you join this call, statistically, somebody just somewhere lost their life thanks to COVID.
Just because somebody died to COVID during our conversation doesn't mean it's still a pandemic. People lost their lives to suicide. And
we said it's no longer a
pandemic.
Pandemic because we decided to get comfortable with our new reality. Okay. You're still in a pandemic. Disease didn't go anywhere. You just got vaccinated, so you're fine. And yet, let's recognize people are still losing their lives to COVID. You can get as comfortable as you want with it. You do you, boo. I'm comfortable with it at this point, too, right? This is a new reality. Let's live it. I mean, I have to walk around with an inhaler 24/7. I never had asthma a day in my life until COVID. So, let's be real here, right? Get comfortable. That being said, let's recognize Donald Trump's pandemic response was god-awful. Why did he shut down our entire economy?
Why did he?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel like he's kind of following suit with the other countries in the world were doing.
No, because we had the worst pandemic response globally. We had the highest loss of life. Higher loss of life than Canada, Mexico, the UK. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I don't see how you blame Trump for that.
Oh, it's very easy. Like this. Trump, this is your fault. Right? Oh, look at that. I just did it. So easy.
Right.
See, because accountability is necessary. For example, Donald Trump telling us that COVID was going to be over by Easter in 2020, that was issue one. That was issue one, because fun fact, COVID was not going to be over by Easter, and that led to people not preparing for layoffs. That led to people not preparing for their future of unemployment, right? That was issue one. That's bad. That's bad. Bad boy, Donald Trump, bad boy. Second issue, Donald Trump could have told us in January how difficult the pandemic was going to be. He thought that would shake the economy, even though it crumbled the economy in the end nonetheless. So he told us in March. And then the moment we found out, they shut down the economy ASAP, so it crumbled anyway. And yet nobody was prepared. So toilet paper went out of stock immediately. Food went out of stock immediately. Mothers couldn't get formula for their babies because of Donald Trump. That is also bad. Bad boy, Donald Trump. That was not appropriate response. You look at Donald Trump with vaccines. Donald Trump, you're going to say, oh, he was sarcastic. Don't be sarcastic about vaccines, telling people to inject bleach as a deterrent to COVID. Okay, doesn't matter if you were joking or not, that puts distrust in the vaccine. Bad, Donald Trump. That's not appropriate. Look at masking, telling people that masking doesn't work when we know it did work. Bad, Donald Trump. Or Donald Trump holding a super spreader event at the White House at the same time he was telling people not to hold super spreader events. Bad, Donald Trump. Bad boy. Set a proper example. He did not do that. So let's recognize that his pandemic response was god-awful, right? That's why we had the most amount of lost lives during the pandemic, because of Donald Trump.
We also, it came forward for a lot of hospitals that hospitals were claiming deaths for COVID that weren't actually COVID because of the
they were COVID deaths, except MAGA Republicans were trying to say, well, technically they contracted pneumonia after having COVID, even though they had COVID and then they caught pneumonia. We're going to count this as pneumonia so it doesn't increase our number. We saw this in Florida, right? Where Ron DeSantis was like, hey, you know what? This is COVID, but technically at the same time, they also had cancer. And I know that they died. So we're going to say that this was a cancer death, not a COVID death. Or he would say, well, technically they had COVID and their lungs collapsed, but, and I know we put them on a ventilator, but they were also diabetic. So we're going to call this a diabetic death. That was Ron DeSantis. So actually what you just said is the exact opposite. They were trying to count COVID deaths as though it be the death of something else. There was a whole investigation into this subject. There were also whistleblowers.
Right.
Okay. So you voted for Trump because what? Somebody told you that you were going to get a tax cut you're not going to get, right? I mean, you're young. Would you rather have had the candidate who was going to give you the $25,000 down payment for first-time home buyers, $6,000 permanent child tax credit, $50,000 if you wanted to start a small business? I mean, do you have student debt, or are you going to have student debt?
No, I'm not. I'm not going into debt for college.
Okay, so you're rich? You got money?
No.
Mommy and daddy pay? Where's the money coming from?
I'm not going to college.
Oh, that makes sense.
It makes sense that I'm not going to debt, or it makes sense that I'm not going to college?
No, it makes sense that you're not going to college.
As in a derogatory?
No.
Way?
Just makes sense that you're not going to college.
I just personally think that, college is great for some, you know.
Oh yeah, college is great for some, and college is not needed for others, but those others need to have the cognitive ability and the workforce development strengths to actually thrive in the economy. Folks can go into apprenticeships, but once more, we got to recognize those people have the cognitive ability to skip college, right? Look at those in the construction industry. They don't have to go to college. They might just be very intelligent people. So the college is redundant, right? I need college. I needed to advance my knowledge through college. Many people don't. They're just born smart, and good for them. You, on the other hand, voted for Trump, so you don't have the cognitive ability. So you should have probably gone to college.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my point, right? If you're not going to go to college, at least be smart, but you ain't smart, so you should probably go to college.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome. Consider it free advice.
Okay. I don't see the point in being rude.
No, it wasn't rude. It was just an observation.
It was. It is rude.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
I don't mind.
So I have a question. So you brought up the point of why would I not vote for the candidate who is offering $25,000 assistance in home buyers? My question is, why would I want to vote for somebody during their presidency? The housing prices went up 45%.
Give me a source.
I'm on the TikTok live with you. I can't.
Okay, that's fine. Scroll out to your homepage, go on Google, get me a source.
You don't think that home prices have hiked up during
it could have. Give me a source, right? I want to know exactly why they increased. You're saying it increased by 45%, so tell me, was it pandemic related? If so, get me a source. I'd love to hear the source. What does the source say?
Fine.
Right? We don't need to hypothesize. We're in the industry of technology. You can easily search it. Trust me, bro, is an equality source, right?
It's not a hypothesis. You know damn well that it went up.
Source.
Fine.
Folks, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the share button. We're probably going to end it here after this guest. And I'll probably jump on into somebody else's live stream because the algorithm is just not picking it up. Actually, low-key, I kind of just want to get rid of this guest and jump into somebody else's live stream. But I feel like that'd probably annoy him. So, Mason, hurry up. Get the source.
I'm trying to find you a...
Mason, hurry up. Oh my God. Oh, I should do it? Okay, fine. Poof. Bye, Mason. There, I did it. All right. In my defense, that doesn't make me mean. That doesn't make me mean. That makes you guys mean because you guys told me to do it. You guys want to see me be mean now? Hold on. Hey, Jay. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It says that you've been waiting about 45 minutes to talk to me. Poof. Goodbye. That's 45 minutes of your life you'll never get back. I'm glad to eat up those minutes like AT&T. Now we have Cole coming up, and just like that, ready? Poof, bye Cole. That's a half hour of your life. According to TikTok, you'll never get back. Again, I'm glad to eat up those minutes like AT&T. Instead of Verizon, call it Johnny Rising. Now we have Matt coming up. Hi Matt, lovely to see you. And goodbye Matt, that's 15 minutes of your life you're never getting back. I'm glad to take those minutes from you. That was fun. Let's do it again sometime. See guys, that was me being mean. That was me being mean. Anyway. Okay, folks, we're going to end it for the night. Thank you for tuning on in. I'm probably going to jump on into somebody else's live and say hi, but the algorithm just ain't pushing on here, so we'll come back. Hope that you folks have a good night, okay? Love y'all. Bye. 10,000 likes. We are going to get started in just a moment with our first guest. If you are just tuning in, it is amazing to see you. I hope that you're having a very happy Wednesday. The happiest of Wednesdays. We are going to get started in just a moment with our first guest. We had a glitch on the other live stream where it got a suspension, but the suspension was overturned. Still, I'm just going to chill on the backup account for a little bit. So again, folks, if you are just tuning in, hello and welcome. I hope you're having a phenomenal Wednesday. We are going to get started in just a moment with our first guest, and we already got the handy dandy notebook out. We're ready to go. Hey, Catcher, how you doing? Hey, everybody. So again, if you did vote for Donald Trump, you're going to want to join the guest request. But if you voted for Kamala Harris, hit that like button, hit the share button. Help us get to 10,000 likes. We are going to get started in just a moment. Dave really did hate veterans, didn't he? I'm going to tell you what. I'll tell you what. Alrighty, again, folks, if you are just tuning in, please make sure that you're hitting the like button. Help us get to 10,000 likes. Share this live with everybody you know, your friends, your family, your crazy Uncle Steve, who probably didn't vote for Kamala, and yet you want to troll him for Thanksgiving, so you should send him this live stream. If you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request, and we'll have a little bit of a conversation. We are going to get started in just a moment with our first guest. Hope that y'all are having a good day. A good Wednesday. We're going to give it another minute or two before we get started, so just sitting tight for now. So we got some new props, by the way. We got our handy dandy notebook. We got the world's smallest violin. We've got dog treats, just in case the Trumpers are good boys and good girls. We also got a toy, just in case they get distracted. So we got all the things. We got all the new props. Again, folks, if you are just tuning in, hello and welcome. If you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request. If you voted for Kamala Harris, please do hit that like button. Hit the share button on the live stream. Help us get to 10,000 likes. Thank you, Powerhouse, for pinning that comment there. Tap and share, everybody. Tap and share. Tap and share. We are going to get started in just a moment. How's everybody's day going? How y'all doing? Y'all good? Anything new? How we all vibing? How we all thriving? Are we alive-in'? Y'all are good? Good. Okay. Ashley, you just worked out? You're crazy. You're crazy. It's like midday. This is snack time for me. I don't work out until really, really late into the night. Let's try to get up a first guest. We might just move on over into the next account. We got Dave coming back up. This will be fun. Oh boy.
What happened there?
Dave. Oh, the other account's back up and running, but we're gonna chill on the backup account for right now.
That sounds good.
All right, so let's get back into this. Let me just remember where we left off. Hold on.
I think we were talking about his immigrant.
Excuse me. I want to pick up where we left off.
So back to his immigration.
I was playing you a song on the world's smallest violin.
And then what happened?
Thank you so much, Joyce, for the love. You are beyond kind. Thank you so much. So, here's my question to you. Why do you hate women?
Who said that? Who said I hate women?
Well, you voted against the right to choose.
Choose what?
Listen, I know that some people are ignorant, but you can't be that ignorant, right? Like that's a different. That's a little bit of
rights are being taken away from me voting for Trump.
You tell me. You tell me.
I asked you.
No, you tell me. Go ahead.
I asked you because I don't know which.
Do you understand what I said? You tell me. Here.
You understand?
You get a Blue's Clues, Joyce. Thank you for the cranberry, Joyce. Dave, you get a Blue's Clues, okay? Get a clue and respond. Here, I'm going to put this on your shoulder. There you go. Good boy, Dave. So, Dave, tell me, now that you have a clue, can you tell me what right did you vote away that women had access to?
No, I don't even know.
Okay, one more clue for Dave. Now we got to, okay, maybe 2 clues is going to be helpful to you. Now you got 2 clues, Dave, on your shoulder there.
About abortion, and that's on the woman.
Oh, 2 clues was enough. He got it. 2 clues, like W, yay. Let's get some W's in the chat. He figured it out. He just needed 2 Blue's Clues to figure it out. Woohoo! Okay, so you voted away a woman's right to choose. You understand that?
No, I did not. But
okay, never mind. 3 Blue's Clues. Maybe that'll be enough. Do you understand now?
Okay.
Nope. Okay, 4 Blue's Clues.
How did I get rid of the woman's right to choose?
By voting it away. So a woman had the right to choose. Donald Trump took office, appointed 3 Supreme Court justices, and they overturned Roe v. Wade. Now Donald Trump is running on a 6-week abortion ban, which, mind you, prevents a woman from seeking reproductive health care before she even knows she's pregnant. So it's just an outright abortion ban with 0 exceptions. Now, how would you justify, for example, the loss of life in Amber Thurman's situation? Or can you justify to me why the state of Texas forced women like Kate Cox to flee the state to seek reproductive health care for a non-viable pregnancy? I mean, that is what you voted for after all. So can you justify for that? Justify that for us? Hurry up.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't know who those 2 are.
I'm sure you don't know a lot.
very sad that had happened to them, but
okay, but you voted for that, right?
Background context.
You voted for that.
They need the abortion.
What?
Why do they need the abortion?
Because Amber Thurman and Kate Cox had non-viable pregnancies. So the abortion was gonna, ensure they lived. This is 40. You have mod access back. Thank you. So why exactly did you want to take their lives?
I didn't want to take anybody's life.
And clearly you did, right? You prevented them from having an abortion. So.
Under Kamala's term.
Kamala. Can you say it with me? Kamala.
Whatever.
Nope, it's not whatever. You couldn't pronounce it right. Kamala.
Both
Kamala.
Biden's term.
Kamala. Okay, so why do you hate veterans?
Well, I don't.
Of course you do.
I have respect for
I thought
veterans.
that's like a typical MAGA Republican thing. You all hate veterans, right? That's why you're stripping away their access to Social Security and disability. Right? I mean, look at the House Republican budget, for example. I'm sure you know all about it. I'm just kidding. I know you know nothing about it. So the House Republican budget, endorsed by 80% of the House Republican caucus, strips away $1.5 trillion out of the Social Security pot. Then it takes $2.6 trillion out of individualized income taxes, $1.2 trillion out of Social Security taxes. That pays for Social Security, in case I wasn't clear. And they're also ripping out $400 billion in corporate income taxes. So tell me, dive, Dina, what's your name again?
Me?
Daryl? Yeah. Wait, what was your name?
My name is Dave.
Delina, gotcha. So Delina, you said Diana? Wait, what'd you say?
Dave. It's written.
Oh, gotcha. So Diana, so tell me exactly why would you strip away that access to Social Security and disability benefits for veterans who maybe don't qualify through the VA? What's your solution to ensure that they don't go homeless?
I didn't strip away shit.
You voted for Donald Trump, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you stripped away their access to disability benefits and Social Security. See that?
My grandfather was a veteran.
Congrats. And his grandson was ignorant. Funny how that works out. Anyway, so again, you stripped away access to Social Security and disability benefits for veterans. So now what? What's your solution to ensure that those veterans don't go homeless?
Well, they better stay with it.
And that means what exactly?
Better stay with the program. Don't fall too far behind.
What does that consist of?
Getting a job, staying, being able to afford a housing.
You're stripping away their economic lifeline, thus being Social Security and disability.
I'm in a house right now. I'm doing
Diarrhea, I need you to understand you are stripping away their access to Social Security and disability and not replacing it with a single policy that'll economically benefit them. So for example, let's say Kate G in the chat is a disabled veteran. Hey, Diarrhea, for example, Kate G in the chat is a disabled veteran. What is your solution for her when she loses access to disability benefits, maybe not viable through the VA? Can you tell me what the solution is?
Like I said, I haven't heard anything about that policy or...
Well, I'm sure you haven't heard a lot, like back from your father since he left with milk, right?
Excuse me?
Sorry, did you say something?
I said, I've never heard the policy that Trump is trying to strip away rights from, like, military. I've never heard any of that.
Okay, so it's called the House Republican budget. And it literally does do exactly that. So, did you want to take a moment and look it up?
Give me a minute.
Okay, you take a moment. While we do that, I'm going to play you a song on the world's smallest violin. If anybody would like to leave me a tip as I play this tune, my Venmo and PayPal Cash App are in my bio. Feel free to support me.
You're not even playing. You got a fucking video.
Got an ad. Sorry, what were you saying? You say something?
Not even playing that thing.
What do you mean? I was just playing it. You didn't like it?
Nope.
Okay. Did you find your source on the subject? Hurry up.
I'm on the website.
Okay, read it. He goes, you're not playing. You're not even playing that. Dude, my violin started playing an advertisement for the NFL. Your violin doesn't do that? Wow.
I don't see anything on it. Damn veteran.
Dave! Dave! Dave!
What?
Playing my song. Hold on.
You're the best you can
do. Dave! Thank you, Ashley, for the $5. Oh, and thank you for your service.
You're a fucking
Dave! Dave! I'm not done!
You raised your voice.
All right, anyway, let's get back into it. So, did you read into the House Republican budget?
On their goddamn website that says that.
I'm so mad! Why are you so triggered? Calm down! My gosh.
Complete and utter bitch.
I almost spit it out. All right, hurry up. So in the House Republican budget, do you recognize that it cuts $2.6 trillion out of individualized income taxes?
Oh my gosh. I haven't found a damn thing.
So hurry up and read. If you weren't done reading, you should have said that before I put away my violin.
I've been reading. There's not a single thing that implements on the website that any veteran
Dave
is getting the rights stripped away.
Dave, it's not going to outright say that a veteran's getting their rights stripped away. You understand that the budget's going to tell you the economic capacity allocated towards the VA and the distribution and Social Security and disability benefits veterans are collecting. It's not going to be stamped saying veterans are losing their rights. No, you got to read the stats.
Yeah,
okay, well,
give me what I'm
you take a second and do that.
God damn shit.
Okay, did you read the stats?
I'm reading it.
My hand's getting tired. Do you know how hard it is to play this violin?
No,
my gosh.
Just shut the fuck up.
Can you hurry up? I have spoken to 5-year-olds who read faster than this.
Cut Social Security benefits for 257 million people.
You just read that it's going to cut Social Security benefits for 250 million people. Is that really what you just said?
The Republican Study Committee, which represents nearly 80% of House Republicans and 100% of the House Republican leadership, has released a 2025 budget. The Republican plan to gut Social Security in reality.
Did you just say reality?
Real. I dropped out of high school. I'm not very good reading.
I can tell. You didn't need to say that. I was aware. So, help me understand. So then you do recognize indeed that the House Republican budget cuts Social Security. It guts it, which also guts it for veterans so that they lose access to that benefit and economic lifeline. I'm glad you read it. Thank you for looking it up. Now, can you please tell me what your solution is after you gut that economic lifeline? How are you going to ensure that those very veterans don't go homeless?
Well, I'm not going to take the word from a website. I don't need word from...
So look up the budget. What were you reading? Oh, my bad. I thought you were having an independent thought. I didn't know you were reading right from a website. I thought you had an independent thought. God forbid. Are you like Lauren Boebert? You got your GED? I'm Lauren Boebert. I got my GED. It's a GED, Dave, just so you know. Anyway, can you just hurry up and tell me again what you plan to ensure that those veterans don't go homeless after you strip away their access to Social Security?
I'd have to hear Trump say that himself, otherwise I'm calling it BS.
What? You just read it! You just read it! What do you mean? You just... Dave! You just read it! What do you mean you call BS? You just read it online! You think that Donald Trump is going to tell you he's stripping away benefits from veterans? Why would he say that he's doing that? He is doing it, but why would he say he's doing that?
Such a bad person in your eyes.
Dave! How would he say... You know he's doing it. You just read it. Why would he say he's doing it? Huh?
Let me rephrase this for you.
All right, let me help you out here. You need a clue. Here's your Blue's Clues. You got a Blue's Clues.
And he said...
I said what?
So why...
I never said Melania Trump was a bad man. What are you talking about? Oh, my gosh. Dave, do you need a break real quick?
Nope.
Catch. Wait, did you say yes or no? I thought you... Sorry, I thought we were going to play fetch real quick. You said no, you didn't need a break? That's on me. I'm sorry. I thought you said yes. Oops. You want a treat?
Not at all.
I think they're good for your teeth. Yeah. Great dogs get great treats. Catch. Did you get it? I'm going to assume you got it. Don't eat it all in one place. Okay, so tell me again. You don't understand what Donald Trump's solution is after he defunds Social Security, and you're going to leave veterans high and dry. So my statement stands. Why do you hate veterans?
I don't hate
I mean, you clearly do. You hate women, you hate veterans. I mean, you might as well throw in middle-class Americans, right? While you're at it. Oh, wait, you already did, right? Because you voted for Donald Trump, who is implementing tariffs that are about to defund the middle class. So, yeah.
I am a middle-class worker.
Oh, what do you do?
I own a construction business.
Oh. Is it going well?
I would say so.
Would you now?
We usually do jobs in like LA.
Dave, I don't care.
Well, you're the one.
Sorry, I know I asked, but that was just me being nice because that's how my mama raised me. I actually don't care. Anyway, so let's skip the Disney Channel saga and coming of age. I really don't need to hear about your life story. I'd rather know what your solution is to ensure that veterans don't go homeless. Clearly, you don't have a solution. So you did vote for Donald Trump, and you don't actually have a reason as to why you voted for Donald Trump. Not a single reason do you have as to why you voted for Donald Trump. Not one. That's crazy. Did you know that Walmart and Lowe's announced today that they're going to be increasing costs because of Donald Trump's tariffs? Did you know that?
You already told me that.
I know, but considering I had to repeat multiple things numerous times, I assumed I would repeat that for you as well.
I have two. I already told you.
You told me what? That your mom and dad were related? I know.
Trump himself says that he's going to gut Social Security.
I didn't just ask about Social Security. You already conceded you don't know what to respond with. So then I asked you, well, Walmart and Lowe's came forward today and they said that, hey, we got to increase costs on consumers because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Donald Trump said he was going to cut costs for middle-class Americans, but apparently that ain't the truth. So can you tell me, how is Donald Trump going to cut costs for middle-class Americans?
We'll see what happens when he's in office, won't we?
You really have no reason as to why you voted for Trump. You solely did it just because somebody told you to. Was it your sister mama or your brother daddy?
What are you even talking about?
I just assume you like to keep it in the family tree.
Meaning what?
Well, I'm sorry. So I should have known that you wouldn't know what that means either. So basically, when mommy and daddy love each other very much, but mommy and daddy are also brother and sister, they make Dave. They make Dave.
No fucking inbred.
No, I can't. Dave, calm down. I didn't even infer anything. Oh my gosh. Calm down, Dave. I never said that. My goodness gracious. But if you want to say that, is there anything you want to tell us?
Say that, yet you just explained it.
Anything you want to tell us, Dave?
I ain't got shit to say.
Well, that's because you don't know how to say it, right? It's because you only know a certain vocabulary, and most of the words you know are one syllable.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you can't say Kamala. Because 3 syllables, it's really, it's hard. It's hard for Dave. So anyway, Dave, tell me one good policy that Donald Trump wants to pass. Just a single policy in any industry or any sector or any facet of his administration that will benefit anybody whatsoever. Go ahead.
I would say his tax cuts.
Okay, well, that's not going to benefit people, right? Because middle-class Americans, okay, they're not in his tax cut. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, again, his tax cuts are also going to lead to Social Security getting cut. You understand that? Do you understand that Social Security is going to get cut with his tax cuts? They go together, right? When one falls, the other falls as well. The corporate income and Social Security tax pays for Social Security. You understand that? Are you with me? Michael, thank you so much for the $5. Michael wants me to ask you, what state are you from? I assume it's Alabama.
California.
Oh. I think you said Alabama wrong.
I'm from California.
Alabama? California, Alabama. Is there a town in Alabama called California? Is there a town in Alabama called California?
It's a state.
Yeah, Alabama is a state. You're from Alabama, you said, right?
Not about to do this shit with you.
I have no idea. I have no idea what your issue is. I've been so nice.
I have no issue.
Anyway, can you just calm down? We don't got to get up in the emotions again. Don't make me get out the tiny violin. Just tell me one policy that Donald Trump's going to pass that'll economically benefit middle-class Americans. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go to his law and order then.
His law and order? His court cases? You mean the civil fraud, the sexual abuse? I don't know that him committing sexual abuse is going to help benefit middle-class Americans economically. I mean, I could be wrong. Chat, does the sexual abuse help him economically benefit middle-class Americans?
Why wasn't he charged criminally?
He was on 34 felony counts for falsifying business records, checks, and statements. Does that help middle-class Americans?
Not charged criminally.
I just said he was in civil and criminal court. Did you know that?
I just said he wasn't.
Well, you want to Google it real quick?
Let's go ahead.
Go ahead, Google it. Come on. Hurry up. Go on. Look it up.
I'm doing it.
I'm going to leave my box open if anybody wants to drop a tip. My Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, or my bio. I hope you enjoy the performance on the world's smallest violin.
I don't see a single thing.
Dave! I'm mid-performance!
Keep doing this shit, man.
Thank you, India. Thank you for the tip. Dave! I'm almost done! Stop rushing me!
Chop, chop, violin boy.
Okay, are you done crying now? Are we good? Did you research?
Yeah, and if you weren't playing fucking around with your violin, you would have heard me last night.
Dave, you silly goose. That wasn't a real violin. It was a fake one. It was tiny.
You would have heard me.
Silly goose.
Shit.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
I have it.
For my encore, it's a sunshine's day. Can't you see the sunshine in your side of the face? Can't you see it calling? I can't. I go, whenever you're ready, and he goes to speak, and I go, for my encore. I can't, he stayed so long. Yo, I'm good for having a real conversation tonight, but that Trumper was just not it. We're probably this next guy is more than likely gonna be a troll. We're gonna bring him up anyway, but after that, we're gonna jump on over to my main account again, okay? I assume that this is probably gonna be a troll. Hello?
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 What's up?
Hello? Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Your mic is breaking up.
Alright, hold up. Better now?
A little bit. You still sound super muffled. Can you scroll out to your homepage and scroll back in?
Yeah. I just
Okay,
did.
go ahead. Okay, I hear you. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, but I would.
So how old are you?
Why does that matter?
Oh, well, just say that you're a fetus. Fetus deletus. Can we get some fetus deletus in the chat, everybody? I need your help with this spell. It's a powerful one. Are you ready? Let's pick up the wand. And 3, 2, 1. Fetus deletus. Poof! And he's gone! Woo! Good riddance. All right, folks, we're going to jump back over to my main account. I'll see y'all.
I don't know what to tell
Listen,
you. How
I can say, to be clear, you fought for, take a step back and recognize something. You voted for a man stripping away rights and freedoms. Respectfully, and I mean this so sincerely, you made your service completely redundant. You voted for the man who violated the Constitution that you fought for as a Marine. How does that make sense? You're voting for the man who is stripping away access to the economic lifeline of elderly Americans who fought in wars long before you, and yet you're voting away their access to their economic lifeline. Don't act like people need to be saying thank you for your service when you made your own service redundant by voting for somebody who was called a fascist by his own chief of staff, whose own Supreme Court called him a constitutional violator when he implemented a direct violation of the Second Amendment, that being the bump stock ban, whose, I mean, literally own vice president wouldn't run with him because he had authoritarian tendencies. But you want us to think that, oh, you're American because you defended our country. No, to every veteran out there, thank you for your service. But to every veteran who voted for Donald Trump, you made your service redundant. You made it absolutely redundant because you just voted away the rights and freedoms of women, LGBTQ plus Americans, union workers, middle class Americans, entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneurs specifically, Black Americans, elderly Americans, especially disabled Americans. Okay, so you fought for their freedoms and now you're overturning those very freedoms you fought for. That makes a lot of sense. That makes so much sense. Okay, can you hurry up and unmute? Anyway, hurry up and unmute. Folks, if you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, or my bio, while we wait for John to tell us exactly why he hates our country, I'm going to play him a song on the world's smallest violin.
Wow. How old are you, dude? Like, how old are you?
Hey! I'm in my solo. Can you hold on a second? Okay. Anyway, so let's get back into it. Can you tell me one single policy that Donald Trump wants to pass that'll economically benefit middle-class Americans? Because I could name 3 right now that are going to hurt us. Will you tell me one that's going to work out for us? Go ahead.
Ooh. I believe the tariff will be fine.
That doesn't make any sense. Walmart today just announced that their CEO... Before I say this, do you actually know what Walmart announced today before I speak nonsense that isn't necessary to contribute?
I look at what's relevant to me.
So Walmart's CFO, mind you, Walmart is a grocery anchor. Their CFO announced today that they're going to be hiking up costs on produce thanks to Donald Trump's tariffs. So clearly the tariffs ain't going to be working out because people are going to be paying higher costs at the grocery store, when in reality they voted for Donald Trump thinking he was going to cut costs at the grocery store. Now we know he's not.
So what is a tariff?
You tell me. You're the one who just brought him up, didn't you? You just brought it up, didn't you?
I know exactly what a tariff is.
Okay, so tell me. You just brought it up.
What a tariff
you
is.
just brought it up. I didn't bring up tariffs. Go ahead. Come on, big boy. Tell me what it is.
You asked me.
Come on, big boy.
So a tariff is a government grab of controlling and making you pay for not buying American. Nothing more.
Who pays it?
It's a way to institute that stimulus in your economy.
Nope, wrong. Who pays it?
I pay for it right now until you buy something.
Look at that!
No.
Who pays it? The consumer pays it. The consumer pays it.
To my history
look at
of who I am.
Who pays it? The consumer pays it. Who pays it? It's so funny how you conveniently left that part out of your definition. It's a tax on a consumer. A tariff is a tax on the consumer. Go to Fabletics, Walmart, Lowe's. You're paying for it. You're paying for it. So again, help me understand. For example,
what are
the
they
15.
supposed to do?
Excuse me.
What is a tariff supposed to do, buddy?
John, I'm speaking. So the 15 to 25% tariff on agriculture, for example, that Donald Trump put onto agriculture back in 2017, 2018, that led to a $230 billion tax hike on the middle class. They paid for that because it was a surplus and supply on demand issue that those in the agriculture sector picked up. Speaking of, while we're talking about the economy and we're talking about while we're talking about the economy and agriculture, let's also talk about immigration, because these are going to go one and the same, especially during Donald Trump's presidency. Do you know what Florida SB 1718 is? I'm just kidding. I know you don't. So no, you don't. Oh, what is it?
You tell me.
Okay, so you don't know. So you just said you do, and then you said you can't tell me. Okay, so you don't know. So SB 1718 is a deportation bill. Excuse you. SB 1718 is a mass deportation bill. This was introduced in Florida, and it led to 40% of farmers being deported because in Florida, they depend on 40% of undocumented migrants making up their agriculture labor. That being said, we understand by doing so, they lost $13 billion in their GDP last month alone and are expected to lose well over $100 billion by the end of this year. So what's your solution when Donald Trump inevitably implements this nationally to ensure that 40% of farmers on average aren't deported, leaving generational farmers high and dry and broke? And what are you going to do to ensure our economy doesn't collapse once you strip $300 to $450 billion out of our national GDP? Go ahead.
So what you're okay with is the.
Do you want me to say it again? I'll say it again.
No,
so
what
again,
you're okay
in
with.
Florida, excuse you.
You just asked me a question, and I'm going to answer.
Okay, you need to be distracted apparently. John, catch. Okay, while he's fetching that, everybody pay attention. So in Florida, SB 1718 was a mass deportation bill, and this is what Donald Trump wants to implement nationally. This led to, in Florida, a $13 billion loss in their state's GDP, okay? 40% of farmers were deported. Now, Democrats put forth the Farm Workforce Modernization Act, but Republicans blocked it, and that act would have provided a legal pathway to citizenship. So, even though MAGA Republicans said, we just want them here legally, clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, they would have passed that policy, and they didn't. So they just don't want migrants here whatsoever, and they're cutting off their nose to spite their own face, even if it's economically hurting them and their farmers. Nationally, economists at Penn Wharton say this will lead to a $300 to $450 billion gap in our GDP, and farmers across the country will go bankrupt once more. Now, we already saw numerous farmers struggle in states like Pennsylvania, Iowa, and North Carolina, where they rely on pork as a part of their exports, and this is in part because of Donald Trump's tariffs. So guess, once more, can you tell me again, how are you going to ensure that we don't go broke as a country after Donald Trump screws us all over with his tariffs, after he screws over our country with mass deportation? And what are you going to do to ensure that we don't lose $300 to $450 billion in our GDP? Good job fetching, by the way. Good boy.
Can I respond now?
Let me think about it. If you respond, I got to hear your voice.
Yeah. So if you cut out, if you're okay with the current slave labor that all the farmers are paying with the illegal, if they are indeed illegal, and that's the way that they do it, they use illegal people to
slave labor?
Do the work.
Describe slave labor.
They're getting paid less than what you would work for.
Describe what that is.
Paid less than what
Describe what it is.
That's what.
So you're saying that they're getting paid less than what I would get paid for if I took the job. but you're wrong. Because in two scenarios, first and foremost, let's recognize I would not take that job. Neither would other Americans, because nobody wants to do the labor intensive work that is farming. That's why most farmers are generational or undocumented migrants. And let's also recognize that those migrants are coming here for a better life. They're coming here to do the jobs that you don't want to do, because that is getting them access into our country. I'm not done speaking, John. I understand that you're getting cooked right now, so you want to cut me off, but I'm not done speaking, okay? We're making Thanksgiving dinner right now. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Calm down. You're not going to cut me off. I know that you hate what I'm saying because I'm smacking you down. The fact of the matter is this. Once more, you are bringing undocumented migrants into our country, and they are taking jobs that Americans do not want to do. For in part, again, most farming is generational. If I asked you, right, are you a farmer?
No.
Me either. Right. That's because we don't want to do that work because it's labor intensive.
That's not
and you're
true.
saying, no, that is true. That is statistically proven. Or in Florida, for example, where they deported 40% of farmers, why hasn't a single, not one, not a single job been filled yet? It's been a month. Not a single job has been filled. Not one. Thousands of jobs. Not a single job has been filled. Why? Oh, because people don't want to do the work, right? Because it's labor intensive, period. So nationally, you're saying, well, let's just implement this and then have Americans fill the jobs. We'll pay them more. You're saying that they're going to pay them more. No, they're not. Farmers can't pay what needs to be paid for an American worker to do that work. You said it's slave labor. That's what you said, right?
No,
and then you said,
no.
You said that you would deport them and then have Americans. No. You're not going to change it. You got slapped down. Enjoy it, right? So again, you said that this is slave labor and that these undocumented migrants aren't getting paid to that of what they should be paid. I agree. They should be getting paid more. I mean, they are getting paid what an American would get paid for that work, which again is why Americans in part don't want to do that work. But if you're suggesting that, farmers should pay the American worker more, know that that's not going to happen. In part one, because Republicans are blocking bills across the country to raise the wage. In Pennsylvania, the minimum wage hasn't been raised from $7.25 since 2005, right? And two, because farmers cannot afford to pay multi-$1,000 salaries to the American worker. And even if they did, I would still rather work a normal 9 to 5 in a corporate office behind a comfy desk that has a seat cushion on it before I step on a tractor and go through a field in 90-degree weather. So John, help me better understand again. After you deport farmers, 40% to be precise, what's your solution to ensure that our GDP doesn't crumble as we lose $300 to $450 billion in 1 year alone? And stay on topic. I'm going to do something to trigger MAGA Republicans as you do.
Answer. No,
I let you answer 1,000 times. Stop pivoting. Pivot.
There's no pivot. You pivoted like 5 times in one conversation.
You're crying? Okay, while
there
you
is
continue
no
crying,
solution immediate. You're still going.
While you continue crying, I'm just going to play you a song on the world's smallest violin.
You're still, oh my lord, dude. How do people even pay attention to you?
I mean, you're crying, so I just want to put some music behind those tears. Do you feel better? I got you. You're good. It's okay. It's okay. Let's get some violin emojis in the chat, everybody. Let's make this guest feel comfortable. Thank you for the sad hamster. The sad hamster. I can't. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready. I hope that calmed you down. That was a song on the world's smallest violin because you're very emotional.
I'm just trying to answer your questions, buddy.
Tyrone, thank you so much for the $10. Tyrone wanted me to tell you that he dislikes you very much. Technically, that's not what he said, but I can't say what he said on TikTok. Michael, thank you for the $5. And Donna, thank you so much for the $15 on PayPal. That is beyond kind. Donna wants me to tell you that she doesn't like you. John, so whenever you're ready, if you could just respond to the subject. Just answer the question, John. I don't know why you're taking so long. Anymore. You don't remember the question.
So there is no immediate solution. There is none. I've been doing this long enough.
Okay.
There is no
so then you admit
solution.
you voted for the wrong candidate. Congrats. Good. I'm glad you concede. I'm glad that you agree you voted for the wrong candidate.
So if we would have voted for the right candidate,
wouldn't have deported 40% of farmers.
No, 40% of laborers. You're not.
40%
They're not
of
farmers.
No, they're farmers. Yeah.
Of laborers.
Yeah. Do they work
of
in
laborers.
the? I'm sorry. Do they work in the agriculture sector? Do they work in the agriculture sector? Oh, they do? Gotcha. And let me understand. Again, hold on. Excuse me. And they work on a farm?
I have a cousin that owns a farm.
They work on a farm? They work on a farm in the agriculture sector? That's called a farmer.
Yeah, we'll call them farmers.
Yeah, that's what it is. So after you deport 40% of them, you're saying, well, too bad. Okay. Yep, what a great plan. Wow, I could see Donald Trump's presidency going immensely well for those in the agriculture sector. I mean, this isn't going to lead to higher costs on groceries whatsoever. Oh, wait, it already did in Florida, where they already did this.
I don't live in Florida, but... Okay.
Right, again, you're saying you don't care about your fellow American. You're saying you don't care if they're in Florida and struggling. You don't care if they're elderly and struggling. You say you don't care if they collect Social Security and lose it.
A head of lettuce
you care about yourself and that's it. You care about nobody but yourself, not even your parents. I can't verify that. You care about nobody but yourself, not even your parents.
No, my parents are fine, and they will be fine throughout the next 4 years.
But you're taking money out of their pocket. You're taking Social Security out of their pocket. That's money that they should have, that they paid into, and yet by voting for Donald Trump, you see in his House Republican budget that they are losing access to it. And you're saying they'll be fine. Okay, so you don't care about them. My statement stands. You don't care about them. You don't care about elderly Americans, disabled Americans. You do not care about veterans. You do not care about farmers, those in the agriculture sector. You don't care about parents. You don't care about those who are trying to feed their kids. Because as I'm explaining this budget, you're not even having a comprehensive statement in return to my remarks. You're just spewing nonsense and saying, whatever, they'll figure it out. I don't have a solution. No.
I'll tell you. Can I tell you what I care about? I care that we don't have to send you.
Sorry, wait, hold on a second. Oh my gosh. What did you just say? Hold on a second, John. Oh my gosh. Were you just about to tell us what you do care about?
I do care about it.
Okay, whenever you're ready. Tell us whenever you're ready.
I hope that
you were saying?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. So you can see that your candidate was god awful.
I hope you don't have to serve in World War III. I hope you don't.
Considering Donald Trump is the president-elect, more than likely he's going to toss us into World War III. So I'll see you out there. Let's recognize that Donald Trump wants to denuclearize Ukraine.
He didn't just shoot.
Excuse you. Hey, John. That was Mike Johnson. That was Mike Johnson. Can you tell me again with Donald Trump? He wants to violate the Budapest Memorandum. Excuse you. Donald Trump wants to violate the Budapest Memorandum. Do you know what that is?
I do know what that is.
What is it?
No, I do.
Okay, what is it?
You asked me the questions on what it is, and you should already know.
Okay, so you don't know. So you're stalling for time.
I'm going to play the game, dude.
Sure. He goes, I know what it is, but you tell me what it is
but
first.
You can't explain a tariff correctly to me.
I mean, tariff is a tax on the middle class.
I've been paying tariffs for your stuff for years.
Now, again, I asked you to tell me what the Budapest Memorandum is. You don't know what it is. That's fine. I'll explain it. That is an agreement between the United States and Ukraine. Okay? An agreement that denuclearized Ukraine and made clear that we would serve as their weaponry should the time come that they are invaded. The time came, Russia invaded Ukraine. Now, Donald Trump is saying he's going to defund that weaponry to Ukraine. By doing so, he's going to renuclearize Ukraine by violating that Budapest Memorandum, and that's going to lead us into a Cold War. So why are you advocating for the warmonger?
No, it's not. It's not going to do that.
That's literally that. Oh, sorry. What part did I say that was wrong?
I don't think that's going to happen.
What part? What part was inaccurate?
The rest of the leaders of the world that won't
what part was inaccurate? What part was inaccurate? And after, okay, so no part was inaccurate. And then after you renuclearize Ukraine, do you think that Ukraine, when they're on their last straw, when they are on a thread and Donald Trump is trying to feed them to the wolves, that being Russia because he pulled out of the Budapest Memorandum, do you think they won't drop a nuke on Russia? Do you think that as a last resort before they lose their sovereign nation that they won't drop the nuke? Because I can assure you, without a doubt, they would drop the nuke. I can assure you, if they thought they were about to lose their country and that they were on the precipice of losing it on the needle, they would drop that nuke. Yeah, they would absolutely. I mean, what country wouldn't drop that nuke? Let's be real. You're about to lose your sovereign nation. Yeah, you would drop that nuke. Right? Can you, like, right? Okay.
Sure. All I can do is agree with you on every little point that you make.
It's because I'm right.
Because you don't let me actually even make a point.
You can speak so long as you speak coherently.
Well, let's talk about the tariffs and what that actually implies.
You want to go back to tariffs? You already got slapped down on that. I want to talk about foreign policy. What is Donald Trump's solution?
Do you know what the tariff wars in 1982 were? Did you ever listen about the tariff wars?
You're not going to pivot. You're not pivoting out of foreign policy.
Do you know about the tariff wars? Do you know about the tariff wars?
You're not pivoting out of foreign policy. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to ask you one more time, right? What is Donald Trump's solution to end the invasion of Ukraine? Because he said the day after he was elected, he was going to end the invasion of Ukraine, and it hasn't happened yet. So what's his plan? Unmute. Unmute. Stop pivoting. I get you don't know how to answer, but I want to make that clear as day that you don't know how to answer. So go ahead, try to pivot again. I bet you we don't pivot though.
No, there is no pivot. You've pivoted 9 times.
We have been on foreign policy for 5 minutes. We've been on foreign policy for well over 5 minutes.
We went to tariffs. We went to immigration.
All right, hold on 1 second.
9 different conversations, buddy.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
Oh boy, here we go again. Yeah, good times.
While you keep crying, can you describe to me what Donald Trump's plan is to end the invasion into Ukraine? Because he said on day one, after getting elected, after winning the election, so November 6th, he said
he would end the war.
End the war. Right. How? Okay, now hold on. While you do that, I'm going to play you a song in the world's smallest violin. Go ahead, respond.
What?
Okay, are you ready?
Crazy, man.
For my encore, it's a sunshine day, and Donald Trump is a dictator, and John won't tell us why he voted for him. He's trying to strip away your social security, and he's an awful human being. Boom, 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 ba boom, boom, ba boom.
I wish that was the case.
Ba boom, 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 boom. All right. Anyway. Can you just hurry up and respond?
You should look me up one day. It would be really fun.
I would rather not. I'm not interested. Thank you very much. Listen, if you wanted to ask me out, you could just say so. The answer is no, but if you wanted to. Go ahead, ask me out. Go on, ask me out. Go ahead. Ask me out. Where are you taking me? Where are we going? You're telling me to look you up. Clearly, you want to ask me out. Just go ahead. Where are we going? Where are you taking me? Panera. Oh my God, are we going to Panera Bread? Are we going to Panera Bread? Normally, I would say let's go to Red Lobster, but the whole Chapter 11 thing, just like Donald Trump's multiple businesses, Trump Airline, Trump Water, Trump Vodka, Trump University, Trump Casino. I mean, how do you bankrupt a casino? Trump Board Game. Anyway, so tell me again, where were you taking me? Panera? Were you taking me to Panera?
No, I said you should look me up. It would be fun.
I'm not interested, but I would like a free dinner. So where are you taking me?
I'm not going to Panera. Who the hell would want to go to that place? No, that is true.
People, it's a very successful business.
Yeah,
anyway,
so
can you just hurry up and tell me again?
While.
Excuse me. Can you just tell me again why you voted for the convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster, and why you won't actually tell me what his solution is to end the invasion into Ukraine? Without pivoting. Thank you so much, Caitlin, for the $5. Thank you for the love. And Caitlin, thank you so much for your service. Caitlin wants me to tell you that she hates you. Don't hate the messenger, though, Just wanted to tell you that Caitlin hates you. Anyway, so hurry up, respond. What's the solution to end the invasion?
There is no solution.
Okay, great. So how about his solution to end the conflict between Gaza and Israel? Go ahead.
Again, but not in control of that.
Well, Donald Trump said he was. Are you saying he lied to all of us? Are you saying he lied to us? Are you saying Donald Trump lied?
If you just send weapons.
Oh my gosh, Donald Trump lied to us? You're saying he doesn't have a solution for either? Oh, you want to backtrack now?
Let me try one more time.
You want to
Sending weapons instead of sending personnel are a lot different. Sending weapons versus personnel.
Okay, we're going to
is a lot
backtrack now. Okay. So what is Donald Trump's solution to end the conflict between Gaza and Israel?
I don't think we could have been involved, in my personal opinion. But what will he end? He's got to be able to tell Netanyahu to stop it. Just stop it.
He's not telling Netanyahu to stop it.
Well, nobody is, except for
he's telling
everybody else.
Netanyahu to continue. You understand, his administration is all pro Netanyahu, right? You understand that Palestine is going to be like a parking lot by the end of this. Thanks to you.
I do.
That's what you voted for.
No, not thanks to me.
You voted to dehome the Palestinian people, right? Me asking you what Donald Trump's solution is to end the conflict between Gaza and Israel was a trick question. There's no solution for Donald Trump. Kamala Harris said ceasefire, two-state deal. Donald Trump said level Palestine. These are his words. You understand he's going to finish them? He said those were also his words.
Look, I hope that we end the resolution or end the issues there. There's nothing more worse than what's going
the
on
Palestinian people. Wow, you're a great character.
I agree with
so you're
this.
saying that you want to dehome the Palestinian people. You want to strip away the Social Security of elderly Americans. You want to ensure that middle class Americans are paying more out of pocket on groceries. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're just a great guy. I mean, this is literally what you said. I've been keeping count. I've been keeping count.
I didn't say any of that.
No, you did. You literally did. The laugh is kind of cringe.
Difficult is
Can you change the laugh? Hey, calm down. Can you change your laugh? I'm not a big fan of that one. Can you try this one instead? That laugh instead? I don't really like yours, no offense.
That's okay.
Can you do that laugh instead and then we could continue talking?
Hey, I like talking to you, but it's really hard to talk to you. It really is.
Donna, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate the love. Donna, we are besties. I appreciate it, Donna. Anyway, can you just hurry up and do the laugh so that we could continue on? I don't like your current laugh, so I would like you to change it. Thank you.
I don't know how to do that. Thanks. I don't know. That's my laugh. It's what it is. Laughing at you.
See, that laugh right there? I'm not a fan. Not a fan of it.
Yeah. So, if you really knew what I did, maybe that would be something.
Oh, I'm not interested in what you did. For the final time, I'm not dating you. I'm not going out with you. Stop trying to ask me out. I've said 4 or 5 times now, it's not happening. Okay? You can buy me dinner if you want. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the bio. I love Panera Bread. You can buy me dinner if you want. But I do not want to go out with you. Stop trying to ask me out. Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why'd you vote for a rapist?
I do not wear a wig. This is my real hair.
Why'd you vote for a rapist?
I did not.
You did. His name's Donald Trump. He sexually abused E. Jean Carroll. According to a court of 9 people unanimously ruling he did so and appointed by his own lawyers, that being a Republican set of lawyers. So clearly he did it. Okay, are you done?
I think so. I mean, I really can't have a rational conversation.
Apparently you're in a wig. Will it help you if I'm also in a wig?
No, I'm telling you, mine is all natural, my man.
Look, I'm your favorite guy. Hello, it is I, your 45th convicted felon of these United States of America. But soon, it'll be the United States of Trump. We're gonna just throw away the Constitution.
I do find it interesting, some of the comments.
I'm going to move on to the next guest. Okay? Listen, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. John, calm down. Calm down, John. No reason to get all emotional on me now. We're just going to move on to the next guest because you seem like old food. It's getting old, soggy, and gross. So let's get on to the next guest. Oh, thank you so much for the corgi. I appreciate it. Oh, we got our fierce friend here. Jaden! My beautiful friend. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you
do
so
anything
much.
fun?
I'm going to. Let me plug in my mic.
Your mic's not plugged in. Oh, wait, you sound beautiful already. Wow, I can't wait for the mic to get plugged in.
There we go.
You said you're going to do something? What are you planning on?
Yeah, a little shindig tonight. Drinking, bowling, and karaoke.
Oh, that is
That'll
so
be
fun.
wonderful. Yeah,
I'm not great at bowling.
calling a bunch of people. Hey, I mean, it's been a while since I bowled too, but
The last time I bowled, never mind. It's just embarrassing at this point. But anyway, hello, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump? I assume you did, considering your profile photo is a little freaky deaky.
Absolutely.
How old are you?
21.
When were you born?
2002.
Okay. Why'd you vote for Donald Trump, a convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster?
Because Agenda
I'm not
47
done.
is
Who was
what
found
this
to be a
country needs.
constitutional violator according to his own Supreme Court?
You done?
Still not done. No, actually, his own chief of staff called him fascist. Almost done. Buried his wife on a golf course. Okay, now I'm done.
Thank you, guys.
Because Agenda 47 is what this country needs.
Actually, you're getting Project 2025.
That's fine too.
Okay, do you know what's in Project 2025? And do you know how we know now that he is pursuing Project 2025, even though you MAGA Republicans claimed for months he had nothing to do with it? Because the guy who wrote the chapter... Yeah, exactly. Exactly, starting with the FCC. The exact people who wrote the chapter in Project 2025 are the ones he picked. Listen very closely, and let's start off with Social Security. Do you have parents who didn't leave you?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you have grandparents?
Yes.
Do they collect Social Security, or would they like to?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you read the House Republican budget? I'm just kidding. I know you haven't. You probably don't know how to read. So in the House Republican budget endorsed by 80% of the House Republican caucus, they are cutting $1.5 trillion out of the Social Security pot. And do you know how much is left in the Social Security pot?
How much?
1.5 trillion. Ain't that crazy? And then you look at, for example, the corporate tax, income tax, individualized income taxes, and Social Security taxes, which I can break down by percentage and digit if you want. You know what? I will, because I'm feeling nice.
Do you have any proof to back up this claim?
Yes. Corporate taxes add $400 billion to Social Security every year. Individualized income taxes add $2.6 trillion every single year. Social Security taxes add $1.2 trillion every single year. Donald Trump is cutting all those. And if you don't believe this, look up in your handy dandy Google search tool, because it's not a $100 subscription to get Google. It's free. Just type in House Republican budget, or type in Donald Trump cutting Social Security, or look up Mike Johnson cutting Social Security, or look up House Republican budget cutting Social Security. So easy. Anybody can do it. Oh, and then while you're at it, look up contributions to Social Security, and then look up Donald Trump tax cuts, because I'm going to get a tax cut that's going to equate to a couple pennies in comparison to the tariffs that Donald Trump is going to place on my groceries. And then he's going to cut Social Security for elderly Americans, disabled Americans, and veterans. Oh, and disability benefits. And while you're at it, can you also tell me why he wants to raise the retirement age to 69 according to the House Republican budget, and why he wants to cut CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program, by $4.5 trillion over 10 years? Go ahead and unmute. I would love I would love a reaction to this budget. Go on.
None of that is in Agenda 47.
It's the House Republican budget. This guy doesn't know what a budget is.
They didn't release the budget because you know what?
Did.
You know what?
Do you want to look it up? Do you want to Google it real quick?
What was released by Mike Johnson?
Do you want to Google it? Do you want to Google it? Do you want to Google first before you make yourself look dumb?
Mike Johnson the other day sat there and said he was going to do a continuing resolution to kick the can down the road until early next year. They never released the budget.
They did. They go look it up right now. Go pull it up on Google. Go look right now. Why are we playing this game? You're acting like it takes forever. While you do that, we'll get some music going. Go look it up. You have 15 seconds.
This isn't anything new.
Oh, we got an ad. Okay, apparently you only got 5 seconds. So tell me, did you look up the budget? You see it?
Yeah, it's all slander nonsense.
It's all slander. It's from the official
slander.
You got it from House Budget Committee, Democrats.gov.
It's not a Democrat site.
House Budget Committee is bipartisan. And Republicans control Congress
House Budget
right now.
Committee, Democrats.gov.
Yes, Republicans sit on... What are you looking at?
Yeah, I have no idea
this
what
is
he's
from the
looking at.
site, DemocratsBudgetHouse.gov.
You can also go to the White House.
I mean, you don't have to look up a partisan source. Nobody directed you to that.
No. You just referred to the White House website.
Right. Go to Congress's website. You're obviously having trouble finding it on Congress's website, so you can find it at the White House website instead. Look wherever you want to look.
The good things of Project 2025, the good things of Agenda 47.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to talk about stripping away Social Security? You don't want to talk
Really
about the
aren't
fact
any.
he's stripping away
when
Social
you give it to
Security?
11 million
Okay.
illegal immigrants, when you give it to 11 million
There's
illegal
no
immigrants, it's going to
immigrants.
self-implode
There
on
are
itself
no
anyways.
undocumented migrants collecting Social Security.
Social
Name one.
Security
Look it up.
Actually,
is
pay
going to
more into Social
self-implode
Security than they
anyways.
get out.
Tell me where they're taking from Social Security. You know that they contribute to Social Security. They don't take from it, right?
Yeah, they do. And it's going to implode on
They can't.
itself because of how much of a disaster Social Security is. Donald
Undocumented
Trump
migrants.
take in
Hey,
Social Security.
undocumented migrants.
said he
Yes.
was not going to do
Hey,
anything to Social Security.
undocumented migrants do not have Social Security numbers. They can't collect Social Security. That is so simple. Everybody knows that. They do contribute to Social Security because they pay into our economic tax system. They cannot take from it. For example, they're not getting Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, WIC, CHIP. They're not getting Social Security. They don't have a Social Security number. Do you understand you kind of need one of those to get your Social Security? You understand you need... Do you want to unmute? You understand you need a Social Security number to collect Social Security, which is why people go crazy when they lose their Social Security card that you're supposed to keep from birth? Oh, now you're silent. You didn't know that, did you? Okay.
Well, why
if you don't have your Social Security card, by the way, you probably should go find that. Guest, do you not have your Social Security card? You might want to go look for that, because it seems like this is news to you, and it really shouldn't be.
I'm going to tell you something. Donald Trump sat there and said he wasn't going to touch Social Security. He's not going to touch Social Security. I'll tell you what we're going to do.
The same way he said he wasn't going to overturn Roe v. Wade, right?
Yeah.
The same way he said he wasn't going to touch the Second Amendment, right? Oh, but he did.
Why should we trust him on
He
that?
didn't overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court.
Okay, who did? And
This
who
guy's
did
deep
he?
in the sheep.
Right. How does the Supreme Court work? Do presidents appoint? Do presidents appoint
And that's
on
the option
ideological
of the
basis,
Supreme
right?
Court. That is the
Was that
option
not?
of the
Was that
Supreme
not
Court.
his litmus test though? But that was his litmus test. He said he would appoint 3 Supreme Court justices with the intent of overturning Roe v. Wade. How are we to say that somehow he didn't know that was going to happen, or that was the desired outcome of these appointees?
I'm sure he did know it was going to happen.
All right.
But all he did was simply appoint constitutional scholars to the Supreme
Who
Court.
overturned Roe v. Wade? By extension, he overturned Roe v. Wade. Why should we trust him on this? He said he wasn't going to touch Roe. I know it's perfectly fine with you. What's not perfectly fine with us is the contradiction. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Voted for.
Wait.
They voted for mass deportation, sir.
Wait a second. No, they didn't. Anyways, as I was saying, I forgot the point I was going to make. Yeah, Donald Trump isn't exempt from this criticism here. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was appointing, and constantly flaunts credit off of that. Says, blame me for that. Says, we did exactly what people wanted us to do in overturning Roe v. Wade. And suddenly, out of nowhere, you think that we can't credit him for this after he's been fucking running victory laps on this?
Right.
You know
I
what?
think in
Give
part
him Roe
two,
v. Wade
you
because
look
we're
at, for
proud of
example,
Roe v. Wade.
listen.
We're absolutely
I typically don't exercise the mute button, but with that voice, I need to exercise the mute button. It'd be one thing if you were screaming over us, but it's another thing when you're screaming over us sounding like that. Period. First and foremost, I want to recognize that you're telling us that Donald Trump isn't going to, for example, strip away Social Security, but it's in the House Republican budget. He's looking to do so. End the discussion. If he had a plan to protect it, he would have put that forth. He didn't, and it's nowhere to be seen in the House Republican budget. I've read it from front to back. That being said, you look at Donald Trump's history on this. He said he wasn't going to touch the Second Amendment, but lo and behold, he's the only president in modern history to violate the Second Amendment. And that's according to his own Supreme Court, who ruled in June of this year that he's a constitutional violator via his bump stock ban that he introduced through executive action. If he went through Congress, legal counsel would have overturned it. But he didn't do that because he's an authoritarian. And so it shouldn't shock you that he's trying to strip away Social Security. For you to act as though he isn't, or for you to turn around and say, well, I'm fine with that then, that just speaks volumes to your ignorance. If you want to be deep in the sheep, that's fine, but the rest of America would like to receive the benefits that they fought and worked for decades, okay? All right, whenever you're ready to unmute, you may speak. You're welcome.
It really is speaking on both sides of his mouth.
It's
here,
very
though.
rich of you because we have Chairman Kevin.
Well, it's not going to be very rich of elderly Americans. I mean, they're about to go broke because of your president, right?
Yeah, it's very rich of you because
if anything's very rich of us.
Kevin Hearn sat there and released the breakdown, and in the middle of the page, as you can see, it
can you
says
stop stuttering? First off,
Social Security.
Hey! It's one thing with the voice. 2, to be that loud, but 3, to stutter as well. Pick your battle. Pick one. I'm not doing all 3. Respectfully, tone it down. You're not going to sound like my nanny growing up, right? You sound like my nanny screaming, crying, but now with the stutter too, pick the battle.
Increase the minimum benefit up to 40% of average wages for those that worked 40 years or more.
Were you reading this?
Chairman Kevin Hearn has released this on his website.
I'm asking, where are you reading this?
rsctachhearn.house.gov. Highly encourage you to fact check yourself, Johnny. Now let's get to mass deportation.
Fact check. I'm more than happy to. Pay very close attention to me, okay? If you're going to go onto a House Republicans website and tell me that they say they're not going to cut Social Security, when in reality I've read the budget front and back, I'm going to tell you exactly what it says now, word for word. This is coming directly out of the House Republican budget, and if you're going to use a Republican site, I'm more than happy to use the White House's website. Calls for $1.5 trillion in cuts to Social Security, including an increase in the retirement age to 69 and cuts disability benefits. It raises Medicare costs for seniors by taking away Medicare's authority to negotiate prescription costs, repeals the $35 cap on insulin. It also repeals the $2,000 out-of-pocket cap in the Inflation Reduction Act. So if you're diabetic, you're screwed. If you're elderly, you're screwed. If you're disabled, you're screwed. If you're a veteran, you're screwed. Transitions Medicare to a premium support system that would raise premiums for many seniors. Cuts Medicaid, the Affordable Care Act, and the Children's Health Insurance Program by $4.5 trillion over 10 years. So now also, if you are a sick child, you're screwed. Furthermore, we go to page 72. U.S. federal revenue. In recent years, the U.S. federal government has raised roughly $4.9 trillion in total revenue annually. This is from $2.6 trillion in individualized income taxes, $400 billion in corporate income taxes, and out of Social Security taxes, it's $1.2 trillion. Now, those are the exact taxes that Donald Trump is looking to cut in its entirety. So that would mean Social Security has no economic lifeline. You understand that? Okay.
Johnny, what's today's date?
Excuse me.
What?
I was speaking.
It's my birthday. But
happy birthday, Jaden.
Thank you. The Hearns budget that you're referring to, for one, was 2 years ago. But two, also entails exactly what Johnny said earlier, which is lifting the retirement age to 69 or 70. Also calls for gutting entitlements and several other health benefits that go into that. Exactly what is it within this plan from Hearn that we're supposed to be looking forward to in this? This also doesn't address
what
solvency.
Was the date?
Stop talking to me. Talk to Jaden. Jaden's birthday. He just said it. Talk to Jaden. My gosh.
What was the date? It was last week. You just read, Johnny?
Last week.
Oh, last week.
Correct. This was June 9th, 2022.
November 7th. Okay. Now again, answer Jaden.
Word for word with you, Johnny.
Jaden.
You're lying.
Oh my God.
You're lying.
Okay, but like
that was
Jaden.
March 21st.
Did you hear what I just said?
Okay, thank you. This is the same.
March
to be clear.
21st of
Stop.
2024.
This is a blatant conspiracy theorist.
You're full of shit.
Nope. The conspiracy theories are done. You're done. Okay. Listen very closely. You are looking up the original introduction of the proposal. They reintroduced this very policy last week. I said this at the very get-go of our conversation. You are not listening. Nope. You're done speaking. You speak when I permit you to speak. You are now my bitch. Understood? You speak when I let you. You understand me? Good. So, okay, Jaden was speaking and you're going to listen. Jaden, please continue. Thank you.
I was just saying, like, exactly what you indicated earlier. This plan from Hearn, Kevin Hearn, calls for raising the age of retirement, also slashes benefits, and doesn't address solvency. How we address solvency is lifting the cap on taxable income. I think right now it's something like 150,000, needs to be raised to about 230K, extends the solvency an extra 68 years. Democrats have proposed this. Senator Sanders has proposed this in the Congress in this session. Republicans continue to vote that down or refuse to bring it up for a vote.
You may speak.
What Johnny
what a good boy. Well, the fact, all right, we're gonna again for the original time, Jaden. We're gonna have to move on to the next guest. He's ignoring you.
That's fine.
So listen, peasant. I said you speak when I let you speak. I am not letting you speak. You understand me? Okay.
For people.
So again, here's the issue. You're reading the original introduction, and I already told you it was reintroduced last week. In March, it was introduced. It was introduced again last week. Excuse me. You are telling everybody that it was introduced in March. First off, March is still this year. Okay. Second, it was reintroduced last week. Let's move on to the next guest. That was a blatant conspiracy theorist. The fact that he's like, it says March. First off, March is still this year. So it's a 2025 budget. You're saying it was introduced in March of 2024. Secondly, it was reintroduced last week. So you're looking at an old website. pull up the new one. I don't know what to tell you. Can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink. Hello, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yep.
Why so?
Because he's the way of the United States.
What does that even mean?
He's way better than Kamala.
Kamala?
Oh my God.
Camel toe, whatever you want.
Well, let's not be disgusting, okay?
What's your name, guest? What is your name?
Why do you want to know my name so bad?
I want to know your first name. What is it?
It's Richard.
Okay, I'm going to call you
What a
Diana.
dick.
Oh,
Your name is Diana.
You can call me what you love. It's okay.
Well, I'm
name is
calling you
Diana.
Dick. That's the name.
Perfect.
Richard.
You're Dick and Diana.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, isn't Kamala Harris more emblematic of like the American struggle? First generation immigrant, worked her way up, studied hard, wasn't born into wealth, took on low wage jobs. Isn't that like more symbolic of what everyday Americans go through as opposed to a guy with a silver spoon in his mouth, bankrupting casinos and 6-time bankruptcies?
Buried his wife on a golf course.
Yeah. Like, surely the average American would have more in common with those factors than Trump, right?
I mean, what does it matter that he married his wife on a golf course? I mean, marriage.
That wasn't really the big takeaway. Like, can we stay focused? That wasn't the main takeaway.
Okay, he's also incoherent. You literally just said, what's the big deal with him marrying his wife on a golf course? Sir, he buried her on a golf course. You apparently can't understand. And that's fine.
Oh,
that's fine.
My apologies.
It's okay.
Did you graduate high school? Did you get your GED?
Actually, I have my degree.
Oh, you got your GED. Congrats. You and Lauren Boebert.
No, I have my degree in criminal justice.
Oh,
Criminal
you should
justice.
probably return
And
it.
you voted for a convicted felon?
It's probably time to return that thing.
He got acquitted of all charges. See ya.
He was not.
He got acquitted. What?
Yep. See ya.
You need to delete that little thing you got there. That you called it a diploma, but I think I'm going to call it a scam. Clearly, you got it from an unaccredited university. Like, there's no way that somebody gave you a diploma. There's no chance.
Somebody did.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
So you've taken law, right?
Oh my God.
Yep.
Can I just ask you something?
You can ask me anything you want.
What's an affidavit?
Right now, I don't know because I'm educated on the lettuce right now.
What's an alternate juror?
Like I said, I'm high as fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on to the next.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Now, good riddance.
I'm good.
Oh, to be clear, there's nothing wrong with GEDs. But I know what triggers MAGA Republicans, so I use it. Just a heads up, folks. If anybody's like, I have a GED, that's totally fine. But I know that triggers a Trumper because it works every time. So
no one's getting triggered by you, bro. We just want an election.
Shh, calm down.
Why are you
Nobody
guys
was
so
speaking
mad?
to you yet, right? Why are you so angry?
I know.
Okay, if you're going to be that angry,
So mad.
I can play clarinet.
Okay, Squidward.
Anyway.
Yo,
Did you
that
vote
was
for Donald
mad
Trump?
quick, bro. The Squidward reference, bro.
You vote for Donald Trump?
Of course, bro.
How old are you?
24.
There's no way you're 24. You sound like you're 14. So we're actually just going to move on to the next.
Okay.
Yeah, I absolutely do not believe that was over the age of 18. There's no chance.
Venmo Cash App in the bio. It is my birthday. Drizzle. Oh, Dizzle. There it is. What's up?
Don't think they're coming up. So again, folks, if you are just tuning in, hit that like button, hit the share button. Please do help us get to 200,000 likes. If you want to support us, our Venmo, PayPal, Cash Apps are in our bio. If you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about that. So far, the conversations have been pretty lame, honestly. So we might do a live stream restarting a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, hello.
Shirley.
Okay.
What is going on?
Hello.
Hello. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
What in the mother loving?
Say what?
Jaden, let's get up our next guest. Say what? Oh my gosh.
What in the fud rock?
Can't.
Hello.
All right, we're probably just going to do a live stream restart.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do. Alrighty, folks. If you haven't already, hit that follow button in the top left corner. Please make sure you're following Jaden as well. We're going to come back after about probably 5-10 minutes or so after a live stream restart because the account is just, it ain't doing it. It ain't doing it. So we'll come back. See you later, Jaden.
Single lawsuit that she had against the 2020 gubernatorial election. Like she had a chance against Katie. Like Katie Hobbs was going to step down and Carrie Lake was going to take over. But it's still like they came out the day after the election. The Supreme Court struck down all of her appeals, and then I don't know. At least we're trying. We're trying.
We're doing good over here in Pennsylvania. So Bob Casey's race, they're looking to do the recount because it's within 0.2 of a percentage point. I know the Caseys very well. They're wonderful, wonderful people. And I think that people, like, Pennsylvanians love Senator Casey, right? That's why it was so tight in a state where Kamala lost by well over 100,000 votes. It's like within 0.2%. So it triggered a recount. More than likely, there is a chance he does lose the race. But, I mean, there's a really good chance he takes it too. I'm so excited. Like, so AP News called Senator Casey's race for Dave McCormick, but the state didn't call it. And now AP News, from my sources, I understand is that they regret making that decision to call the race that early. And I'm like, that's a good sign. If they regret calling it, and now they know that it went from, I mean, his margin went from a gap of 50,000 votes to 17,000 votes. And there are still thousands of provisional ballots that need to be counted. So I'm like, cool.
Let's hurry up and wait.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, Miss, thank you so much for coming up. Also, is that your puppy? Are those your puppies?
No, I don't have any. I thought they were cute.
Oh, they are cute. I was gonna say I want to steal them.
I just adore puppies from a distance.
Aw, I can't wait. I gotta go visit my puppy on the this weekend. He's visiting family.
All right, then. It was, I just get so frustrated going through these lives, and so
we're gonna do what we do best and continue fighting forward. We got this. Thank you for coming up.
All right, thank you.
So, Tic Tac, how's life? How's the vibe? How you holding up? Good. We're vibing. We're thriving. We're doing the things, you know. I picked up golfing. Just kidding. I didn't pick up golfing. Okay. Just kidding. If anything, I picked up eating. Hi, Kiki. How you doing?
Some miniature golfing, maybe? I don't know.
Kiki?
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, how you holding up?
I'm doing all right, actually, but I actually wanted to kind of touch on a few things since I've been watching today. It's kind of funny how, Trump people come up here and they want to say, go Trump, go Trump. But at the same time, they can't really back up their facts of why. Yes. You know what I mean? And every time that you shoot them down, every single time that you shoot them down, especially when you have Dave on today, me and my husband were cracking up.
He was getting so mad at me. I was so happy.
I was loving every minute of it. And I'm sure, the chat was doing the same thing. For us, Johnny, to be honest with you, especially those who live in the red states, you're our blue dot. So
hey, y'all are my blue dot. I'm in a deep rural red area. we're in this together,
And I definitely appreciate the things that I see you doing. But these guys are really delusional. They really are.
Oh, 100%.
I've been in a rough life myself. I've dealt with SA since very young. And to be honest with you, I also got married at 16, and it wasn't something that I wanted to do, but at the same time, it was something that I had to do. Right. And, I had my son, you know, when I was young. I had my son at 16. You know, but it was my choice. You know what I mean? I also had the choice to, you know, get, you know, a smishmortion. But, you know, also taking along the facts of, you know, sitting there you're having the doctors tell me, hey, you know, that's the best option for you. That's something that you want, you know, done for you. But at the same time, you know, when you're stuck in a situation and you really don't want to put yourself at that risk doing something like that, because I mean, there's risks on both sides. Most definitely.
Right. You know, I've never met a smart Trump supporter. Not once in my entire life. I've spoken to thousands of Trump supporters, and I mean this so sincerely. I'm not exaggerating. I have met thousands of Trump supporters. Never have I met a smart one. They do not know what they are talking about when it comes to any facet of government. It could, and I'm not exaggerating. I have never met an intelligent Trump supporter. Not even, I've spoken to numerous Trump supporting elected officials. Even they are ignorant when it comes to whether statistics or analytics or data analysis. They just do not understand government. And yet Trump supporters, because they're stupid, are electing their stupid neighbors who are also Trump supporters to serve in government when they should be the furthest from government and all exist. I mean, listen, I voted for Democrats. I voted for Republicans. There are smart Democrats and smart Republicans. There are not smart Trump supporters. There are no smart Trump supporters.
It's kind of funny that it goes back to, you know, every time that, you know, I hear someone say, you know, go Trump, I literally vision him saying, oh, we won on uneducated voters. Like, if you're not really listening to what he is saying,
that's exactly.
Like, are you like freaking?
He called them stupid. Like, he called them stupid.
But what he meant was he wasn't saying stupid per se. But what he meant, no, like you guys are right. But I think so if you come across a Trump supporter that is intelligent, he's a dangerous or they are a dangerous individual. Like if they're smart enough to see what's going on. Because they're not real. Yeah, it's no, it's like the Easter Bunny, but
yeah, right.
But no, I mean if they actually know what's going on and what his intentions are, and they're smart enough to see that and still be okay with it, that's a dangerous person.
Oh, most definitely. And you know what? I will say so myself, because I came from, you know, a family that was, you know, army based, military based. You know, our veterans. And I hope that, you know, the veterans hear me that are in the chat as of right now. They are so underappreciated for every single thing that they do. And they do not hear it enough that they are not only our saving grace, but we wouldn't be in this position without them.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have, just knowing what they're about to go through as well with the House Republican budget, and even, you know, these MAGA Republicans throwing them under the bus and then championing as though they are the military party, it's very odd and very hypocritical.
And it's so sad, to be honest, Johnny. It really is. It's so sad.
I mean, it's not even sad. It's just blatantly evil at this point. Like, I had a guest come up earlier, and he spoke on how, you know, the MAGA Republican Party or the military party. Yet in the very House Republican budget they're putting forth to cut disability and Social Security benefits, you are thus taking the economic lifeline away from thousands of veterans who don't qualify through the VA. I explained this to them, and they're like, yeah, well, you know what, those ones, they don't matter. That's a very small, straight up, the guy goes, that's a small percentage. That's, you know, that's a small percentage. I'm like, that's not, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Small percentage has gotten me, but it's also gotten me to, oh, well, they'll figure it out. Like, excuse me, what? Do you have, like, not the mental capacity in your own head to, like, really think about what you're actually saying?
Right. But they don't. That's the thing.
Anyway, Johnny, I just wanted to come up here and tell you, I mean, we all love you. You're our blue dot.
Good to see you, Kiki.
You know,
Love you,
Johnny. We're always
Love
here
you.
for you.
Nice.
Johnny for Congress. Let's get some hearts in the chat for Johnny.
It's gonna
We love
happen.
you
I'm telling you
always.
now. Thanks for coming up. I'll talk to you
We're
later.
here
Okay.
for the long haul.
Thank you so much.
Go birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Tic Tac, I'm gonna run for Congress. What'd you say?
Are you? When are you
yeah.
planning on running?
You know, that's a good question.
Doing midterms or what?
Dude, I'm gonna be so real with you. So, my district, my district is a swing district, both of the districts technically, and they got really close to flipping the seat, and then they didn't, and I'm like, the last statewide campaign I ran on, we won by 15 points in the Pennsylvania. I'm like, oh, so I don't know. It's on the radar, you know. I would
nothing unopposed in your area.
I think in part the reason why I would like I have ran for like local offices like school board and whatnot in the past, and I'm actually in Pennsylvania, the youngest Pennsylvanian to have won a Democratic nomination in the state for any race. I almost won the Republican nomination too. Out of thousands of votes cast, I lost it by about 45 votes. In part, that's because like Republicans like what I have to say, even though the Trumpers on here don't like what I have to say. I don't get along with Trumpers. I get along with Republicans. And so like, you know, I think putting our district putting a MAGA Trumper out of office, I think that's my goal here. I you know, by the end of this decade, I would really like to retire a Trumper somewhere. Myself, not on the campaign of right, like you know, not on somebody else's campaign. I think I've done that enough. I would really like to do it myself. Also, I really want to get on the floor with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me tell you.
Oof, do you really though?
I really do. I really do. With the mask on, of course, because that smell is potent, from what Jasmine Crockett says, at least.
I thought it was just to hide the look of disgust on your face.
Oh no! Apparently, Marjorie smells. Yeah. And I have sensitive lungs. You know, I need my inhaler and stuff. So I'm like, I think I would need the mask on to ensure that her scent doesn't. You know. Anyway,
it permeates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun stuff.
All right, I think I'm gonna go jump on in. And is anybody else even live right now?
I don't know. I haven't. It's been a slow night, man. I'll be honest with you. I've been watching YouTubes all night.
Oh, dude, I get that. It has been the TikTok algorithm has completely. I'm working with somebody on an article right now regarding the subject because the TikTok algorithm has completely censored left-leaning live streamers in the wake of the election. And I'm like, I understand that there are factors to consider into this, for example, the demobilization of some voters, but the change, point being, I'm looking into the numbers on it and it's not adding up. Yeah. And it's also targeting certain minority streamers. And I'm like, that's questionable. Yeah. So I'm looking into that, working on some data analysis with a couple friends regarding the subject, but anyhow.
You over on Blue Sky yet?
I did join Blue Sky. I don't use it too much though. What about you?
Yeah, I try to check into it once a day. I just joined it last week. I try to check in there once a day. I mean, I got all of 13 followers. Woohoo!
It's like nice.
Big time.
Nice. I did my thing is like Threads. I originally was using Threads. That's kind of where I built up the platform. And then folks were like, let's all move to Blue Sky. And I'm like, oh, want to move again. I had to go from Twitter to Threads. Now it's got to go to Blue Sky. I'm like, can we just relax for a minute? Can I take a breather?
It is better than X though. I'll admit that. I never really used X, but
yeah, I'll never call it X Twitter. I'm always going to call it Twitter. That thing is that thing is just completely destroyed. That site is garbage now. Like, he ruined the entire thing. It's trash. Even the algorithm is trash.
Agreed. Every other post is about Elon. Yeah, what do you think about TikTok getting banned? I don't like. It's going to get tied up in the courts forever. Trump said he wasn't going to do it, but I don't know if he can stop the process that's already started.
Yeah, I wonder if
it's not going to go away in January. At the very minimum, it'll be at least I don't know, 6 months after that.
Yeah, I mean, they have a grace period afterwards, and I have to imagine if anything, they would sell it. I know that Lemon 8, which is another one of their platforms, is something that they're looking into right now, talking about crossover between information. So that suggests that they wouldn't sell it, but rather transfer it to Lemon 8, all the data on TikTok over to that platform, followers and all. As far as Trump, like, yeah, he can't. I'm curious if he could sign an executive order. However, I don't think he would, because he didn't even really talk about it. He kind of stayed, both of him and Kamala kind of stayed away from the subject unless they were really asked about it. So I don't know if he would actually take any action.
He talked about it once or twice right before he made a TikTok account, and then he never mentioned it after that, though.
Yeah.
So who knows, man? He says a lot of stupid stuff. So
yeah, right. Anyhow, man, good to see you.
Right.
Thank you for coming up.
You too, man. Have a good night.
Alrighty, folks. Folks, it is 11 o'clock on the East Coast. It is time for me to go to the gym. Y'all going to bed? You guys going to bed? Bring Coral up. Oh, hold on. Hi, Coral. I was told to bring you up. Hello.
Yes, I love everyone that's been like, hey, get Coral up there. Y'all are so funny. I know you're trying to wrap up, love. I'm so sorry. I was not trying to like harass you guys. Anyways, Clark, I'll go to bed soon, honey. Don't worry. Anyways, I wanted to come up to here just to say hello. Love you so much. You are fantastic, and I love this community that you've built for us. Thank you so much. It's definitely been hard for a lot of people to, I guess, just kind of come to terms. I mean, I'm on down the little Delulu spiral rabbit hole. But I'm definitely a voice of reason. Little backstory behind me. I'm not going to share my life story or anything like that because I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I was born and raised in Texas, so I've lived here forever. And I always considered myself a Republican, but socially liberal until this election. I am a full-blown registered Democrat in a very, very red state. I am that little blue dot. So my husband is active duty military right now. He is in the Army.
Thank you and your family for your service. That's awesome.
It's not my service, but thank you for your support.
It's a family effort.
Yeah,
it really is.
We do our best. We do our best. But so I guess really why I wanted to come up here is to kind of, I guess, get my reality straight, right? I think we're all in kind of our little denial phase where we're trying to grasp onto any kind of hope that we can get. I know I sure have, right? We know that there's some recountings going on and things like that. And there's all these little sparks of little hopes that we're trying to get to. And I'm not, we're going to be, January 6ers by any means. Absolutely not. We can accept a loss, right? But there is still a lot of uncounted votes. For example, my husband had to go out to do some things for the Army and he was away, right? In a no contact kind of position during the election. There was no way for him to go out and vote. So what's happening with that? Why are we not allowed to Why are there so many votes uncounted for? And yes, I know it's towards the popular vote, and there is a very archaic thing called the Electoral College. Is there any hope for that? I mean, obviously Hillary won the popular vote.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a chance. Like, I was just looking. Let me go double check now. Realistically, there's still a chance that, like, she closes that gap with the popular vote, but it's a very small chance. There is a chance that she gets it within 1 million as well. Right. Thank you for the hand hearts, Jen. Yeah, right now it's like 74.1 to 76.7. Like, there's a chance she closes that gap, but it's not like a really massive chance. And in part, it's because a lot of the, like, realistically, if Republicans weren't taking every single vote remaining to court, she would probably just take the popular vote. But there's a few issues with voting across the spectrum here. For example, in Pennsylvania, you have Dave McCormick, who is challenging Senator Casey in court right now to toss out tens of thousands of votes so that he could basically steal the seat from Bob Casey. If he wasn't doing that and those votes were getting counted, then that would contribute to Kamala taking the popular vote. The state still wouldn't flip, but the popular would. And it's just Republicans playing political games. There's also a few issues around this situation that we didn't see 4 years ago. For example, in Pennsylvania, 4 years ago, mail-in ballots were paid for. Postage was paid for. You just had to return the ballot. Okay, this time around it wasn't. If you didn't put a stamp on it and you returned the ballot was thrown out. So it's like, how many people thought they voted and then didn't because they didn't know to put a stamp on this time? There was a lot of uneducation around the subject, not at the fault of voters. That was on the elections departments to make it clear. But even me, for example, like, I was expecting postage was to be paid for. I knew to check for that. Like, most people aren't going to think to check for that. So...
No, and I 100% get that. And it's just, I feel like there was a lot of, and I'm not saying, like, again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means. I don't want to come up here and sound like I am. I just think that there was a lot, and again, I can take an L. I can take an L, and I will do it humbly and I'll go, okay, this is what we do. Let's buckle up our bootstraps. Let's get to work. But I just feel like there was too many scenarios. Like, for example, the tea that I was telling y'all is that my husband didn't get to vote. And that's what I was trying to tell y'all. He didn't get the ability to vote. So I feel like there was I don't want to call election interference or yada, yada, yada. But, like,
no, I mean, you're right to say so.
I'm in Texas, and the only way for me to see, I went and voted in person. It just says that I was registered, not that it was counted. Like, that's all. So it's just kind of like, I don't know.
There were a lot of issues. And what stinks is this is something where even the strategists aren't going to actually recognize what contributed most to the lack of voter turnout regarding the Democratic side for like a couple years. And so now it's just, we're kind of just stuck here hypothesizing, debating, curious of what went wrong, what went right. And
100%. And I guess that's really why I wanted to come up here. It was more of like, okay, do we get a chance? If there's not, that's fine. Let's figure it out. We got a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, it was not a landslide. It was
no, not at all. Originally it was, and then that closed up real quick.
Yes. Let's be so for real. It was not a landslide. There was a lot of people that voted for Kamala, and she did a fantastic job in the time.
He won by a puddle. I mean, it originally was a landslide, and then she closed up the gap. That was a puddle. And they run around, these MAGA Republicans are like, Trump is this is a given mandate by the American people. They want to Trump. I'm like, he won by a few 100,000 votes. Right. Out of 140,000 votes, he won by a couple hundred. That's not, guys, that ain't a mandate. Huh? Like, what? Anyhow.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you bringing me up here, love. I really do, and I know you're trying to get off, but I genuinely do enjoy your content, and I love that you put these MAGA people in their place. And what you were saying earlier too, I don't think that all of our MAGA people are not bright or.
Oh no, me either. I was doing that because there was a Trumper in the chat, and I was trying to trigger him, so he started writing in all caps, and I was like, "This is gonna make him mad."
They will always tell on themselves. They honestly will, and I hate being divisive with that. It's not a they thing. Like for example, we're a military family, right? We our service is for everyone's freedoms and the freedoms to disagree with one another. And the thing is that I'm a huge believer in the First Amendment. Your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, your freedom to live life happily and to love happily. That's all that freaking matters. Who asked to take any of that away? Who did? Who did? You know?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyhow, thank you for coming up, Coral. It's nice to talk to you.
Yes, love. Thank you so much.
Hope you have a good rest of the week.
Yes, you enjoy your night, love. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one. Folks, let's get some W Corals in the chat, please, and then we're going to close up for the night. Thank you, Coral, for coming up. And again, thank you and your family for your service. Yeah, no, I don't actually think that all Trumpers are stupid. There was one there was a commenter in the chat who was saying something like, he was like, Trumpers are so much smarter than Kamala supporters, and that's like what he commented. So I was like, watch me trigger him, and then he got very, very mad after I kept saying I've never met a smart Trumper. I was doing psychology specifically with him. He was very upset after I kept calling that out. Anyhow, so folks, let's see. I think we're gonna call it quits here for the night, but I hope that y'all have a good one and sleep well. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Are you guys on the West Coast or East Coast, by the way? Y'all on the West or East? Are you guys going to bed too, or you still got a few hours left? Oh, lots of East, Central, some California. Okay. Oh, Washington State. Okay, got it. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good night. Talk to y'all later, okay? Love y'all.